upon us. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity prayer. Welcome, welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. The online open mic presented by the legendary, I said the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Happy New Year to all of you incredible beings in the building, in the place to be. Welcome to episode 55 in the year 2025. It is a thing. We are here. And we do this as we have been doing this and doing this and doing this well. 55 weeks. Here comes another one. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. And if you're watching on the stream and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We have been doing this week after week, thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. All right. So we would like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York City Council on the Arts for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Every dollar counts. We truly appreciate it. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be, because that cat's dope all the way up in the BX. Appreciate that, dude. Seriously, man. This is where you can find me, elemental.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, elemental.com. So much going on. Make sure you plug in, folks. Let's get to this. Tonight's theme, attitude adjustment, altered mind state, right? Yeah. Apologies for the typo, right? Apologies for the typo. But we're going to get to this, all right? This is really about what did you feel that needed to change? Right? Did anything need to change into the new year? Right? What does it mean to have an altered mind state? Right? I personally, I think it's we kind of do that when we get into our work. We do go into a different frame of thinking, right? Which is an altered mind state. However, if your artwork is not on theme this evening, that is still totally cool. Still looking forward to what you have to share with us. Next week's theme, coming at y'all. Take flight. A dreamer's paradise, right? This is what I believe we do also in our writing. Every time that pen touches the paper, we no longer are on the ground, right? And it's important to know what we do and how we do it and why we do it, right? A dreamer's paradise sometimes is where we exist. Let's remind folks why it's so important, right? That's what we're going to be looking at next week. Here's a list of the upcoming themes. Listen, it's going to be an incredible year, folks. Trust and believe. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your delivery. Also, before or after you get down, make sure you're changing your Zoom name to coincide with how you want people to connect with you before or after you get down. Make sure you place your information in the chat so we can continue to grow the greatest community in the world. Artists, as you're getting ready to hit the stage, have your artwork ready, all right? There are new settings in Zoom. Make sure you've optimized your sound so we can hear every ounce of what you're playing, all right? The musicians are in the building. Resident musicians are in the building. So let's get to them this evening. Artists, you got 3 minutes to rock, all right? Y'all know what it is, all right? 30-second intro to let the world know how they can connect with you, all right? Listen, we know what the time does, all right? Keep in mind there are folks who are going to get down in the good luck round. All right. Keep it right. Keep it tight. Now is the time for the folks with the sensitive ears to be headed to bed because there are explicit lyricists in our community. Trust. And they may bring about some triggering flashbacks or they just get into some worldly things. All right. However, founders of our cafe, we're major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Go around and get cute and get the boot up out of here, partner. For real. Thou hath been warned. This is a living, breathing trigger warning. After these artists get up here and share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy and exuberance back with the room. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. We're going to make sure it stays that way, all right? Share all that energy with the room, and it will be returned to you in the performances of all these artists this evening. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which will be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, to sign up, you go to Nuyorican.org. You click on full events calendar. You click on the Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need an Artist-RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they won't populate until 24 hours before the show. If you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the Nuyorican Bowery Slam. Listen, that stage goes hard. Shout out J Rose, shout out Luna Rosa. It goes hard in there, for real. Also at the Lower East Side Center, shout out Supreme, another amazing open mic. The Final Fridays is happening once more, right? Shout out Tony McPherson. It's going down, all right? Y'all were heard about it, or if you were in the building to see the Grand Slam, it is serious business, folks. And now the season is starting over. So plug yourself into it because it's real. Also, the Know Thyself space is also happening. Again, we are working on the entire poet, all right? So make sure you are plugging in. Let's get to this incredible list of artists. All came to rock with us in 2025. Let's go. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? It's great to see all of you. Great to see all of you. Great to be in the place to be. Listen, wait all week for this. I've been waiting all last year for this, so we can get to this. So let's go. As I will put the information into the chat for tonight's list, let's get it started. Coming up first this evening, our resident blacksmith is in the building, and I'm telling you, you have really, really no idea how important it is to see this dude here in 25, man. He really, really has been the blacksmith of our community, continuing to hammer out, just the work, and the work. And Mr. Lighthouse Writer himself, the one and only Michael Sindler, is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Okay, happiest of New Year's to you and everybody here. And for the first time, the little ragged thing comes back out for another year. Lighthousewriters.org, a wonderful, wonderful organization. Lots of classes and workshops and everything for anybody at any level. It really is. I'm incredibly glad we've all made it through to this point, and keeping my fingers crossed for what's about to come. And I'm going to start with this one. It's called Let the Future Be Forgiveness. Let the future be forgiveness. Forgive yourself first. Pain held in over past transgressions, bad decisions, or unmet expectations. Weak battery cannot empower dynamo of interconnected souls. Forgive all that can be forgiven. Hold mirror of humility to hurt. Gaze deep to see source from which wrong thinking originates. Do not be another plank on bridge that heavy-heeled hatred trods across. Remember, it is not only in myth that demons can be tamed or turned. Use tenderness as bait to lead beasts safely into cages. Ensnare, but do not be ensnared by sour energy. Cultivate and share sweet fruit. Let all absorb frangible essence, distilled nectar of sacred forgiveness, blessed with a kiss. Let forgiveness be what it is. Ask and expect no more. Let the future be forgiveness. And this next one is fitting because I have a lot more of them this year. It's called New White Hair. Let each new white hair, brushed in morning before the mirror, be a thin messenger of acceptance, a pure thread stitching past a future, minute journey from scalp to skull, letting go of gravity, release and surrender, follow the fall. Do not hesitate to trim frayed ends. Let that old worn fringe of old struggle, splintered growth drift with each snip. Toss sweepings away without regret, knowing continuing strands will flourish stronger in their absence. Gaze straight ahead, see your frame face for what it is. Wrinkled folds, rounded slopes with frosted hedge, as a Zen garden of flesh. Resting still in spirit as seasons change. Then laugh loud and turn to face the day. And I'm going to end with a haiku for all of us who love comics and those old enough to remember reading them in the newspaper. A lot of people are like, what? But there was one day that for us comic fans was incredibly powerful and very sad. And this is 12/31/95 for BW. Let's go exploring, cried the boy to the tiger, sailing into white. Okay. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. Wishing you all the best.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Comics were the best in the newspaper. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sindler.
Good stuff, Mr. Sindler. Good stuff.
It's nice that you start off the new year.
Very nice.
It's always good, man.
Love that.
Good job, Michael.
It's new
Well,
wisdom.
we're glad you crawled out again and hope you continue to crawl out.
No doubt about it. Listen, we are here for it, right? It just sounds like a great year to come because Michael Sandler sets us off like that. Like I appreciate you so much for what you do. And you said let the future be forgiveness, right? Sometimes we have to forgive ourselves for the things that happen, right? And a new year is a perfect transition point to do just that. With new white hair, listen, man, it just happens, right? It just comes when it wants and it falls when it wants, right? A thin messenger of acceptance. A Zen garden of flesh. That's just cold, right? But hopefully it makes sense. All we know is Father Time is undefeated. Doesn't mean he has to make sense. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for all that you do, sir, and continuing to rock with us. All right. Coming up next. Listen, y'all. Just prepare yourself. I heard about this. I got whisper of this. And then, some birds landed on my doorstep and they told me that something was happening in this ether. So prepare yourselves. Coming up next is something that we all wanted and didn't really know we needed. Again, coming up first, our brother all the way out on the West Coast, the cat who makes all our week go into balance, the one and only Joski C is here. And Joski is going to be doing an incredible collab this evening with the one and only Baba Ngoma. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how it's going to happen, folks. But prepare yourself for this. Gentlemen, it is great to see you both. Woo, I'm ready. Please, take it away. Let these folks know where they can find you, gentlemen. Take it away, please.
Hey. So, we decided we were going to do this song that I wrote around 1986 about a racist lynching. Yeah. Give Joski a chance. He's changing instruments. It was 5 days before Christmas, not peaceful nor serene, when a bloody racist lynching interrupted the American dream, interrupted the American dream. It was Howard Beach in Queens, no sand or surf or sunshine bright, black blood ran red. On a Saturday night, Michael Griffith lay dead. On a Saturday night, Klan-style murderers ran in a pack. New York like South Africa, if your skin is black. Howard Beach like Johannesburg, if your skin is black. This ain't Mississippi, it sure ain't Alabama. This is a place in the race-torn north, not some southern town. This is a place in the race-torn north, not some southern town. It was Howard Beach in Queens, no sand or surf or sunshine bright. Black blood ran red. On a Saturday night, Michael Griffith lay dead. On a Saturday night, Klan-style murderers ran in a pack. New York like South Africa, if your skin is black. Howard Beach like Johannesburg, if your skin is black. Klan-style murderers ran in a pack. New York like South Africa, if your skin is black. Howard Beach like Johannesburg, if your skin is black. Clandestine murderers ran in a pack. New York like South Africa if your skin is black. Howard Beach like Johannesburg if your skin is black. Michael Griffith lay dead in a racist society. Too many times we've seen this brutality. Too many times these murderers have gone free. It was Howard Beach in Queens, no sand or surf or sunshine bright. Black blood ran red on a Saturday night. Michael Griffith lay dead on a Saturday night. This ain't Mississippi, it sure ain't Alabama. This is a place in the race-torn north, not some southern town. This is a place in the race-torn north, not some southern town. It was Howard Beach in Queens, no sand or surf or sunshine bright. Black blood ran red on a Saturday night. Michael Griffith lay dead on a Saturday night.
Oh, listen. First of all, that was amazing. We have a problem, gentlemen. So I'm gonna need you to hold on. I'm gonna need you to hold on, Baba. I'm gonna need you to hold on.
No problem.
Because
I'm changing stuff too.
because we got all of Baba's vocal and we did not hear Joski. We could not hear Joski.
Oh.
So by show of hands, folks. By show of hands, and I'm gonna let the community vote on this one, right? By show of hands, who wants to hear the whole song with Joski and Baba? Please, everyone, show of hands. Listen, the hands are up, folks. The hands are up, folks. All right, gentlemen. Let's run it back. All right, because we need to make sure we get that. Thank you, community. I appreciate all of your input, truly. All right, so we need to make sure that we got this for real, because listen, the song is absolutely beautiful, and I hear Joski in there working, really, and I want to hear the contribution to both. So please, gentlemen, if you can run it back, take it from the top, please.
Is this coming through?
Now we're getting you, Joski.
It was 5 days before Christmas, no peaceful, no serene, when a bloody racist lynching interrupted the American dream, interrupted the American dream. It was Howard Beach in Queens, no sand or surf or sunshine bright. Black blood ran red on a Saturday night. Clandestine murderers ran in a pack. New York like South Africa if your skin is black. Howard Beach like Johannesburg if your skin is black. This ain't Mississippi, it sure ain't Alabama. This is a place in the race-torn north, not some southern town. This is a place in the race-torn north, not some southern town. It was Howard Beach in Queens, no sand or surf or sunshine bright. Black blood ran red on a Saturday night. Michael Griffith lay dead on a Saturday night. Clandestine murderers ran in a pack. New York like South Africa if your skin is black. Howard Beach like Johannesburg if your skin is black. Clandestine murderers ran in a pack. New York like
South
South Africa.
Africa.
If your skin is black, Howard Beach like Johannesburg. If your skin is black. Michael Griffith lay dead in a racist society. Too many times these murderers have gone free. Too many times these murderers have gone free. It was Howard Beach in Queens, no sand or surf or sunshine bright. Black blood ran red on a Saturday night. Michael Griffith lay dead on a Saturday night. This ain't Mississippi, sure ain't Alabama. This is a place in the race-torn north, not some southern town. This is a place in the race-torn north, not some southern town. It was Howard Beach in Queens, no sand or surf or sunshine bright. Black blood ran red on a Saturday night. Michael Griffith lay dead on a Saturday night. Yeah. Okay.
I let that breathe, folks. Oh my goodness.
We got a second piece.
Barber and
We got a second piece. Can we do it? We got a second piece. Can we do it?
Oh, of course. Are you
All
kidding me? See, listen. That's my apologies. I didn't know there was a return. Oh my goodness. Double trouble. Let's go.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I got my chords hung all around the guitar.
Got more chords than I'm used to, and I'm tying myself up in knots. All right.
Okay.
Yada da 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 da. Top philosophy, communication, and unity. This ain't the way things got to be. How things get to be this way. Yada da 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 da. I see you working hard, all right. So the kids got a roof tonight. Food on the table, electric lights. Bird ends a living. You know the rich, they still want more. Collector knocking on your door. They're gonna multiply the poor. Chains unforgiving. Searching for light, searching for feelings of right, searching for places in faces in flight. this life's a crazy place. Billion colors, all one race. Tell me why there's so much hate. Burdens of living. You know the rich, they still want more. Hear the knock upon your door. They're gonna multiply the poor. Chains unforgiving. Searching for light, searching for feelings of right. All through the long night, please hold me tight.
Bang, dang, dang, dang.
Until we walk till we can fly. Finally see when we close our eyes. We learn to live so we can die. Chains unforgiving. Rooftop philosophy. Communication and you and me. This ain't the way things got to be. How things get to be this way.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even know how that happened, yo. Oh my gosh. Like I'm losing whatever I had left in here is gone. Please unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba and Goma and Joski.
I've been listening to
That
people
was
try and do musical
unbelievable.
collaborations for years on Zoom now, and I've never heard anybody like actually hit it right on the way y'all two made it happen.
Yeah,
What a gorgeous way to start the year.
Such beauty.
That was a phenomenal display. Woo!
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of forget the capacities of the internet, and this was just total magic. I felt 3,000 miles collapse down and disappear and put two of you right in the same place and end up inside everybody's head together. It was gorgeous.
It was miraculous.
Really,
And it
really
was-
something. Really, really something. I really appreciate it.
Was the guitar and the lyrics in that first piece, because the guitar was so melodic and understated, it made the lyrics in that piece smack you all the harder in that song. Really, the poem, the song, that was just something else. And I want you to know, if I think I'm right, they'll correct me if I'm wrong. They only practiced together twice. That's what you call real musicians and professionalism.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, yeah, on that tip, I mean, the visual was really an enhancement because you could just see how comfortable and relaxed both these guys were as they imparted this stuff. Like, it's just such a natural thing, like breathing to them.
That's what I was gonna say, Paul. Like it was so fluent and chill and like, there was just no tension. It just was it was super relaxing, even though it was some, stressful themes, right? But like just beautiful. And I just have tons of respect for you both. I really do.
Thank you.
What y'all just did, listen, gentlemen, listen. What y'all just did was what, again, and I said that, right? What we didn't know we needed, but experienced, right? Who knew that we needed a Joski C and Baba and Goma feature, a whole concert at the beginning of 2025? Who knew that? Who knew it? But here we are on this side of it. And listen, as the blacksmith said, listen, we've been around Zoom for a while. We've seen people try to mix it up and try to do different things, but you gentlemen, your flow is locked in, and the mileage does not matter. You're miraculous all the way. I need that. I don't know how we're gonna put that together, gentlemen, but I need that. Really, like that was pretty powerful, pretty magical. We need to put that in a jar, slap magic on it and sell it. You gentlemen are incredible, really. And then had the nerve to, as you know, the priestess mentioned, there's a message to all of this, right? The New York, like South Africa, if your skin is black, in a race town north, not some southern town, right? A race torn north, not some southern town. It's a lot. You can add your musicianship in one aspect, but then you add your true essence of poetry, right? And then Joski, what you do, man, like as soon as you start banging that guitar, man, it was over. It was over, man. You start pounding that beat out. It was ridiculous, man. You two are pretty incredible. I can see the professionalism. I can hear the musicianship. Make that happen again. Make that happen again, gentlemen. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that. Woo! Let me shout out a couple people before we move on. I saw Abraham Kamani in the building, all the way out on the West Coast. What up? I see Jenny in the building. Nicole Johnson in the building. What's good? Asari, apologize if I mispronounce your name. And Escape Artist. I saw Escape Artist come in the room. Warren Dixon in the building. Was good. Listen, all the other folks, you will hear them this evening because they came to get down and rock with us. So, coming up next, this gentleman right here, man, he continues to come through and put in the type of work that is necessary, right? Again, we always, enjoy writing about, rainbows and rose petals, but this cat just really puts in the work, man. The one and only Alan Gary is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
And it's great to be here amongst wonderful talent and lots of love. That's the main thing. I can be found anytime on Facebook. Please drop by, say hi for a virtual coffee. My page is always open, and I'm an open book. Tonight, I'd like to share with you on our theme, which is attitude and adjustment, altered mind state. It's about looking at the old to learn so that we can go forward. This is called Reflections. When I close my eyes and I look through time, what I see are portraits of my life. I paint them with my memories on canvases which cannot be erased. Sometimes the creations are so vivid, I feel as though Michelangelo has taken hold of my senses, and the hand of God guides my hand, and I marvel at how I shape my reminiscences, fashioning my life. Seeing challenges while fixing flaws, because I perceive through wisdom of my existence what may have been trials or rehearsals for later times to learn the rest of the stories. Pictures I behold, sounds I hear, feelings I have, thoughts with resolutions or unfinished sagas now have opportunity to play out with new audience. I can now master encores with ovations anew because these are reflections I view. Thank you.
And that is, I'm telling you, I told you, this is what he does, right? Exactly that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan Gary.
That was great, Alan.
That was
Yeah,
lovely,
another great way
Alan.
to start out the year.
Really
Looking
beautiful.
forward to hearing
Thank you.
more of
Very
your stuff.
uplifting.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love the fact that you bring up the artists that you respect and you put them in your memory, right? Says it as if Michelangelo himself, right, had taken control of my senses. Like that's a beautiful line, right? Portraits of my life, right? I paint them with my memories, right? I saw our resident superhero jumped on that one too, right? I paint them. Like it's just something about that, sir. Very textural. And I love texture in artistry. And I can just feel the paint in that one. I appreciate you, sir, for doing what you do. Love your style, man. Truly. All right. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this incredible artist also has been rocking with us for some years, man. For real. Author of Four Crescents, author of Black Calculus, author of Evaporating Rage, the push cart nominee, the one and only Norm Mathematics is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, Maestro. Please take it away.
Hey, thank you so much for the introduction, my man. And those people, those poets, those artists preceding me, keep us all inspired. And thank you so much. I was going to go with another piece, but because of them, I'm going to do this. First piece, title flows right into the text. And then I got a follow-up that I think is on theme. Love you more than I love myself, forgetting that love is not a competition. Who gets there first gets where first is not the point. I've learned love is not an arrival, but a path to begin the journey from here, my heart, where the road begins to the next lifetime, 5 minutes from now. From my heart to the next encounter, the next pivot, a reflection of me, of you, of she, of they, in the mirror of how it should feel. Love, the sound of a sigh after coming from laughter, breathing the same air as your love, catching our breath together, two sighs on the same pillow, a cacophony of purrs when bellies are rubbed from ribs to sides and backs are scratched from top to bottom like an itch you can never reach on your own. A love that tingles in the hint of a waning gibbous moon, hiding in the azure blue expanse that hugs the fading green canopy. A not unforeseen close to a phase, the bittersweet end of a season, full of lifetimes you hoped would never end. Love doesn't end like a destination. It's a pause your heart takes, looking in all directions, which way to send love that blossoms in your heart becomes planted in another. Next piece. Home, where you can never return after Warsaw-shire. Unconscious fear surrounds me like a space that closed in on behind me. 24 hours of labor, a struggle to stay in a place I had outgrown. Countless contractions, one final push, not a rejection, more of an out of control ejection, propulsed into too much light, too much noise. The first breath of air smelled of disinfectant, latex, and adrenaline. That first door closed behind me, a sigh of relief. Life scrolls away from me, a current to follow. Flow is away from familiar. A road with no signs, a dearth of guardrails, highway shoulders, climbing, twisting, turning, sides steep on one side, falling away on the other. Where to go is not as crucial as how I get there. I have faith in the journey. Life will decide the arrival. Home is where I am present. Home is a feeling I wear like a second skin, indivisible from my place of origin, where I contain all the moments. The moment contains the all of me, resisting fear, embracing change, at home, in the womb of my own skin. Peace.
At home in the womb of my own skin. This dude, yeah, right. I know, right? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mathematics.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see that maestro at the beginning of his name, that ain't just a brag. That's the real thing.
Yeah, here on that, Michael Sindler.
Yes.
Very nice.
Me and Warsaw-shire did the Badalisha Poetry Exchange in Cape Town, South Africa back in like 2009. Yeah.
Oh, that amazing.
Yeah. She's
Thanks, Norm.
Ya tú sabes, el gusto es mío.
You know, what math does, I was thinking as he was ripping, I'm like, okay, did he trade his saber for an ink pen, or did he trade, his foil for a paintbrush? I'm not really sure. This former fencer, he just does amazing things. He just does amazing thing. Love is a path, right? Love the sound of a sigh, catching your breath together. Love doesn't end like a destination. You could put that on whatever type of medium you want, and people will buy that like hotcakes, sir. I'm just saying. In the second piece, I love this. It just reminds me of younger days, a struggle to stay in a place I had outgrown. You just, how you do what you do, sir. We are very, very thankful for you. all the years that you've been rocking with us, a true pillar of this community, man. We truly appreciate you, man. Make sure you are plugging in with mathematics. Make sure you drop that in the chat too, Math. Make sure you plug into Evaporating Rage. That dude's incredible. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, Mr. Rhyme, that's always right on time. This cat has been rocking with us for some years, and he's still doing it and doing it and doing it well. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Eddie. Come on, man. Take it away.
Thank you, my brother, like no other words like thunder. And hello, my name is Ed Potasso from the Fantastic. Please give me time to draw my rhyme, five foot sublime. All right, I don't take too much time, but first, my heart goes out to the poor victims in New Orleans. Our hearts and spirits are with you. Okay, I got two pieces. The first piece is, why can't life be kind? Why can't life be kind? It kick us in the behind, regrets left in your mind, leave your mind blind, filling your darkened lines. Sometimes things aren't time. Good fortune is yours and mine's. My words aren't disinclined. Don't be a ghost or a mime. Why not quickly redesign? Listen to an upbeat chime. Why not engulf any new sign? Is whatever you do or decide, there's no roadmap or guide. Life may or may not undermine. Don't be redefined or confined. Your heart isn't being deprived. I know you tried and tried. Your efforts or purpose haven't died. Your dreams are right beside. High hopes are entwined. The sun is in the cloudy grind. Don't nestle in an inner bind. In the darkness, you still shine. Thank you. And my last one is called First Last. First last, roars behind the back of our minds. We can't stay blind by the rushing tide. We're all winners. We're all beginners. We're not losers. We're not snoozers. We have unique skills. We can help or kill. We send chills or thrills. We, the queens or kings of the hill. Don't be belittled by society. They don't stand variety. They don't understand who you are. You're a bright, shining star. Please stop Please stop having high expectations. Why not go on a stress-free vacation? Why are you trying to impress? Don't press for progress. You want to be like everyone else? You're a book on the globe bookshelf. Why can't you appreciate you? Maybe you need to change your view. Why must you outdo everyone? The moon isn't outdoing the sun. Everything is a competition. It's not a life grand definition. Maybe point the telescope within. Be a cheerleader and your friend. You don't live twice but once. Be a happy sage than an arrogant dunce. Thank you.
A happy sage more than an arrogant dunce? What is going on? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetastic.
Bravo.
I love that.
Bravo. You know how to get the year started right, Ed. Just shining that beautiful energy of yours.
Yeah, I like your counsels, Ed. We're all winners. We're all beginners. Nobody should forget that.
Yeah, for sure. Nobody was born knowing any of it.
None. This is why I love our community, folks. Again, you hear me, right? It's not about me. It's about hearing your colleagues let you know that we hear you, right? Why can't life be kind? Yeah, well, it's kind of rough, man, right? But as you said, though, Eddie, in the darkness, you still shine, right? There's not a lot of people that say stuff like that, Eddie, but you do. There is no roadmap or guide, like you said, right? And the second piece, you're right. We, the kings and queens of the hill, we do have to do things different. We do have to make things happen, right? You're a book on a low bookshelf. Hey, then be the most intricate book you can. Moon doesn't outdo the sun. They work together. Man, I appreciate you, Eddie. Will, one of the most positive poets I know, man. And I appreciate you for staying committed to that, man. For real. All right. Coming up next, few more artists, and then we're going to go to halftime. This next incredible artist, our resident superhero in the building, makes room and space for so many artists, so many different platforms. Make sure you tell them that believe you're accepting submissions for a pretty unique writing experience. Listen, if you are not familiar with this next artist, prepare yourself. The one and only Finn Bell is in the building. I like to call the daughter of Krypton. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
It's good to see you too, Elemental, and thank you for the heads up, well, the shout out for the love poems. I am accepting submissions for 6-word love stories. Some of you have submitted; they've been great. I can't wait for everybody to see them. You can find me on Instagram. I am Finn_Bell. So last week, our wonderful Ron Mark Thompson led a New Year's themed workshop for us, and as part of the activities, we created a knitted poem. So I'd like to read the knitted poem for you, the community poem that sparked up out of Ron's workshop. So this is the poem. I saw a drone, fell in love, it flew away. Death to drones. Washing dishes, we both smile, feeling scared. I hate to give the robots any of my time. We had a 243-year decent run. Ankle hickeys. I don't think ankle hickeys are all that rare. Let's fuck. Yikes, bed bugs. Time to wash everything. Dairy Queen closes over winter. For shame. The Girdwood Alaska ice cream shop stays open all winter. Poop a tree. Silent toilet. I was in plumbing hell 2 years ago. Tears drop into the bowl. Learn to poop correctly. Taking a nice poop counts. Out with the old shit, in with the new shit. Plumbing for non-plumbers. I will write the book. Poetic plumbing. We still have our Christmas. I spent more time with family than was comfortable. Decorated the Christmas tree, eating copious amounts of cheese popcorn. Back together, back home healing. My mother did not come visit me, for which I'm grateful. Good riddance to dry hair, drama queens, yellow jacket bees. I don't know yet. I'm not the type for accolades, though I wish it came with a beret. My reflection layering on cap and gown. I hereby realize all doubts about my ability to sustain things. I ain't a faker. To indifference. I did something radical. Cursed all my doubts. Self-study. Thankfully, pain is a good teacher. Whatever it takes, it's simple to let my yes be yes and my no be no. Boldness cannot be taught. As much bad energy as we can get rid of. Do everything I believed I could in all avenues of life. The PTSD was worth it. More kindness, help the unhoused, be a light for those around me. The moment we are in at any given time, he says, I'm his hero. Stupid assholes who vote for even bigger assholes, pompous asset, love bites from leeches. Some murder hornets are getting cabinet posts. When they say your vote matters, it does matter, but only to you. Yes, their status makes all care tenuous. We are all immigrants. Hit the nail on the head. We hear the explosions. I didn't look at it. I went back to sleep. History going backwards. I'm batting 0. The revolution will be televised. The corporate networks will profit from it. How Christmas was mixed with the war. Black houses, cars, caskets, scream like death coming back to life. There's not too much miracles down here on earth. As for me, I will be in the presence of God. Prophetic and timeless, it's really made out of stars. Mustard seeded. Long blooming spring that everyone can enjoy. And Greenland and Panama. I will sign up for Thursday Nuyo. Really good smoke shops with stuff I need like CBD joints. Change the distilled water in my CPAP machine. Does Paul Mescal existing in this world count as a blessing? Give all of myself to a poem I've stopped and have since started to hide from. If the weather is right, go for a long walk. Given the zeitgeist, I am not in a celebratory mood. Hopefully sleep, damn firecrackers. How often does one get the opportunity to spend the weekend at a jazz music workshop of a legend? See Soft Machine, Bobby Rush, the Black Orchid Lounge, musical interlude brilliant, and the band plays on. The party is on. New Year, we'll run a 5K, get accepted into nursing school, write my book. Being fabulous is a safe bet. I got all the goods. Donate to the troops. Have a meal with my parents every day next year. Remember ancestors, remember roots. Talk less, listen more, and let go. To live and feel alive, ending and beginning in worship. Hopes and hopes and hopes and hopes. Happy New Year.
Hope and hopes and hopes that there will be another one of those damn workshops so I don't miss it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Finn Bell.
Thank you, Finn. Thank you, RMT, for running that great workshop, because all those beautiful things would not have been in the chat if it were not for you bringing all that out of us.
No, that was great. And Finn went above and beyond, like she wrote so many, lines, down from this workshop though, and yeah, it may sound funny, like them all stitched together, but
Bravo.
you had to be in that. But that was really, I'm so happy about all the amazing participants there. And just, to let you know, Finn Capillary and Finn Bell are amazing. Go to any of her workshops, I was just one of the many different workshop facilitators. Check her out. She's amazing. Thank you, Finn, for really, compiling this. It's so amazing how it sounded, you reading it in all these slides, though, and you're right. I remembered many of them, including Michael told me that, he wrote the line about the signing up for First Days. So see, Elemental, even other organizations, we think about you here for First Days to remember to sign up.
This is what we do, folks, right? This is why this is the greatest community in the world, because our community is really not just in this room, right? There are many members of our community around the world that are doing exactly these things, right? Vocabulary happens to be one, also a member of the Poetry Global Network, shout out PGN, right? Is connecting artists in different ways, right? On different platforms, right? Engaging their writing in so many different ways, right? Ron, as he said, was just, one of the facilitators, right? He's a great facilitator. Clearly, you don't end up with incredible artistry like that when you're bored, right? Ankle hickeys, like I can't remember the last time, if ever, I heard someone say that. The silence toilet, I learned to poop correctly. I guess I've been doing it wrong. I don't know. Out with the old shit, in with the new shit. Golly, that was god damn it. that was good stuff. That was good stuff. Thankfully, pain is a good teacher, no doubt. No doubt. Stupid assholes who vote for bigger assholes. It's the American way in some ways. There's not too many miracles down here on earth. Yeah, well, that's why we're here, folks. To bring miracles. Poetry. Thank you, Ben Bell, for doing what you do, for sharing it with us, for being such a pillar of our community. Truly, truly appreciate you. Make sure you plug in with vocabulary. All right, coming up next. Literally, our doctor is in the building, paging Dr. Z Page. This incredible artist, I'm telling you, has gone from the greatest community in the world, not that she's disconnected from it, but she took it to the stage on their ass and put in that work on their ass. Listen, they had to come prepared for this doctor because she was in service every time she was on stage. The one and only Dr. Z Page in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
I'm at ZPage Poetry on Instagram. Feel free to follow me. I performed this one a couple times, but not here, and I'm proud of it, so I want to bring it here. Got it memorized and gonna try it out at the Bowery this Monday, so some good vibes. It's not a monologue because it's not a secret and I'm not ashamed of it. Unfortunately, there's an open dialogue about my vagina now, a societal microscope with sex as the slides. Therefore, I'm going to answer some questions one time only to prevent a second by sharing a listicle from someone who had testicles and a vulva in the same lifetime. 1. Conservatives unlawfully claim my vagina is a dandelion, a weed caught by a lawnmower, mangled and sutured. Instead, I'm ripe for the plucking with someone who can be trusting. I'll require a patient partner to work past the trauma of being equipped with the wrong bits and forced to use the wrong hole for years through the back door to my bedroom to half enjoy womanhood as the stigma is staggering. 2. My vagina was molded into a sea conch, spiraling throughout like a fractal, resounding to the infinite echoes of pleasing sounds between the walls of mountains. The possibility of what can be inserted is endless. Sands of an hourglass dribbling down a countdown till someone can swim in my ocean again. Waves crash onto me, onto twisted bed sheets, dribbling out afterward, cradling my body with comfort. 3. My vagina will always be assigned male, a mistake a doctor made that can never be corrected. I need to use a medical grade dilator every day to remind me that my vagina's storefront will close if I don't attend to it. Like a surgeon is the valet forever holding the keys to my contentment. My penis was thrown out of an OR as biohazard material, losing something unwanted and dangerous to my mental health. Yet I'm still going through hell to be recognized as myself. 4. Why must I continue telling you? I'm begging you. It's the same story. My vagina, not yours. I'm no longer jealous because it's mine and I own it. Still, I own the onus of proving I deserve it to an administration hostile toward my earning it. I found the beauty of damaged skin, and like my kin, I aspire to dream of a society that can accept me, and affirm the reality of my experience. I'm a woman, and I've always been one to deny my difference, but now I've grown to love embracing it, because I deserve it. I deserve to exist. Thank you.
You goddamn right. Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dr. Z.
Oh man,
Hey.
so beautiful.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
great truth.
Oh, God.
Yeah, fierce with a capital F, the size of the World Trade Tower.
I just love how Dr. C. Page literally and figuratively stood up for her poem, though. So that, you know, I love that pink guitar and the boots on the wall. I meant to say that a few weeks ago. You know,
Oh, Ron, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, Dr. Z Pager, you're pretty incredible. And to go off what the community said, like I love how your fuck yous are as big as the lights where they used to stand. I really love that. Really like she said let's have an open dialogue about my vagina now. Coming from someone who had testicles and a vulva in the same lifetime. Like, let's just be honest, right? That's the work, folks, right? That is the strength that it takes, right? And this is why I tell people no matter how heavy it is, poetry can take it. Probably nowhere else could Dr. Z Page mention a fractal. I can't remember last time, right? She said my vagina is a mistake a doctor made. Still going through hell to be recognized as myself. I found the beauty in damaged skin. Listen, listen, listen. And affirm the reality of my own existence. Yeah. That's, again, that's the work. And we appreciate you for bringing that. And listen, if we were in a venue and felt that on stage, whew, be tears in the building. Trust. Thank you for doing what you do and sharing it with us. Pretty dope. All right, coming up next, let's go two more, and we're gonna go to halftime. Coming up next, all the way across the pond, the most eloquent writer I know. This gentleman has been rocking with us for years, and I'm telling you, he just keeps getting better. The one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, my brother. All's in the chat. Soaring on a dawn-lit crest of beauty, I move forward from my yesterdays to more promising tomorrows. I have left the flares and firecrackers behind me, however enchanting, for within them lay the heavy stains of my sorrows. Now I ascend on the vision of my tomorrows, walking the lost path of renewal and growth. Soaring like a bird, I am gifted a new will to climb mountains, moving towards the wings of progress, leaving my tunnels and caverns behind me. I have shed woes on my fragile emotions, and like a lover and his paramour, became entangled in the web of a spider's labyrinth. Knocked almost senseless by wanton desires, I also suffered the bewitchment of fake news, coating the blood of the helpless with justifiable rationale. This happens when power, greed, insecurity, and fear covers the grandeur of the soul, of the joy of the soul. Now I'm adjusting my attitude in significant ways. First, food and nutrition, to run away from the Christmas demons that restricted my soul. I have begun to recognize the value of fruits and vegetables, as well as the healing qualities of drinking water. I am adjusting my attitude to physical and mental health, as well as emotional well-being, to ensure a peaceful rest, to sleep more, hug myself more, transform the ghost of self-loathing into mood enhancers and weapons of harmony and love. I am adjusting my attitude to spiritual growth, to purpose, as without pure intentions, I will not set goals for visionary tomorrows, no discipline, and no plan of action worth embarking upon. As such, I have altered my gloominess to a state of positivity and joy. I have decided that it is useless to worry about the things I cannot change. Conflicts, politics, and injustices will come and go as humans continue to be callous to one another. O love, you who freed my heart from the ghouls that brought me sorrows, grant me the capacity to reach out to the healing rays of the invisible, to awaken the flames of inner hunger within me and all humanity. For your way is one of transformation, of love, only to illumine the dark filament of my illustrious light. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Your way is one of transformation. Gosh, this dude does that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Lantern. That was like a map to follow moving forward.
Bravo.
Woo.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lantern.
That was more than an attitude adjustment. That was a rebuilding of yourself.
Yes.
Thank you.
See what happens? You see what happens when one day turns into another day, and now it's a new year, and now we are thinking about things that 2024 couldn't have even brought into our brain. And now here we are taking advantage of days like this, right? He said, I was knocked almost senseless by want and desire. Now I'm adjusting my attitude in significant ways. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. The healing qualities of drinking water? Come on. That lantern. Right? Transform the ghosts of self-loathing into weapons of love. This guy freed me from the ghouls that brought me sorrow. And your way is one of transformation. Oh, love. Oh, love. You write so eloquent, man. It's just ridiculous. Thank you, sir. I truly, truly appreciate you. Make sure you're plugging in with Lantern Carrier. That dude's all kind of crazy. All kinds of amazing, for real. All right, one more, and we're going to go to halftime. Coming up next, this next incredible gentleman, listen, one of our resident musicians, he had one of the flyest hats on when we first started the show this evening. Oh my goodness, it was amazing, man. This cat, his background is amazing. His songs are uniquely astounding. The one and only Bill Elkins is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. I can be reached Midwestern Bill 51 on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook too. Anyway, I'm going to do a song entitled "The Ballad of Jody Webster." It's a song that one of my favorites that I've written. Hope you like it. What doesn't destroy me makes me stronger. What doesn't destroy me makes me stronger. What doesn't destroy me makes me stronger was Jody Webster's Nietzschean creed. A 15-year-old Wisconsin lost boy, he ran away to find himself. Got busted for panhandling in LA, near Hollywood and Vine. Sent back to Wisconsin via Greyhound, Jody's tail between his legs. Declared uncontrollable at 17, Jody joined the Marines. With orders in hand for Vietnam, Jody opted for Montreal. But Jody got busted being AWOL. Montreal was not to be. Court-martialed back in California, Jody spent some time in the brig. Instead of overcoming himself and becoming stronger, Jody languished about his life on the outskirts of oblivion. Jody went to college, got married and had a kid, striving for enlightenment in Madtown, USA. Left wife for a State Street room, ingesting Zarathustra and weed. Spent that summer in New York City with a classmate, Anais Nin. Back with wife in Minneapolis, Jody got his MA and another kid. He later worked with steelworkers in Chicago and mine workers in Little Egypt. Existential learning in steel mills and subterranean mines. On to Charleston, West Virginia, Jody worked with the steelworkers again. But instead of overcoming himself and becoming stronger, Jody languished by his life on the outskirts of oblivion. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Do do. Do do. Tragedy, comedy, darkness and light. Life encompasses all. To do is to be, or to be is to do. A philosophical dilemma, it seems. Are we what we do, or do we what we are? Jody talked the talk, but he could not walk the walk. But Jody refused to be destroyed. Jody refused to be deployed. Jody refused to be deconstructed or denied. He became wiser and stronger every day. Jody returned to California. Jody returned to California, working as a union leader, Bay Area labor relations, and singing songs at the Freight and Salvage. Took his daughter to Dublin and Paris, singing songs along the way. Later gave away his daughter in marriage, got 2 grandkids in return. Met his lady from Manila at the opera. They share their love of music to this day. They often return to Paris, Jody singing songs along the left bank. Does life imitate art, or is it the converse that is true? A tuneful dialectic, Jody explores each point of view. To do is to be, and to be is to do. Love of life and song. Jody's powered by passion and driven by purpose, transcending right and wrong. Jody's overcoming himself, becoming stronger every day. He knows he is now looking back to the outskirts of oblivion. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Do do. Do do. Let's sing it. Tragedy, comedy, darkness and light. Life encompasses all. To do is to be, and to be is to do. A philosophical unity, indeed. We are what we do, and we do what we are. Jody talked the talk, and now steadfastly walks the walk. Because Jody refused to be destroyed. Jody refused to be deployed. Jody refused to be deconstructed or denied. He became wiser and stronger every day. Oh, he became wiser and stronger every day. Woo! He became wiser and stronger every day. Thank you, everybody.
There is just something away. There's something about the way that cat does that, for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill LK.
Oh, another great one, Bill.
Hey.
Awesome.
Beautiful song,
Thank you.
Bill.
It's a truly unique corner of Americana. I think I can see Jody blushing right now from all your praise.
Yeah, that was a yes. There's an element of reality to that statement.
It shows through.
Yeah, yeah. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to vets in the building, man. Jody is famous around any corner of the military. Ask about Jody. He busy. For real. Jody is busy. I love the fact that you tracked Jody from California to Virginia and back, right? Trying to get into Montreal, right? With a first class ticket to Vietnam. Listen, nothing easy about that. Instead of overcoming himself and becoming stronger, right? On the outskirts of oblivion. That's just, man, I love the visual of that, right? Refuse to be destroyed, right? Refuse to be deployed, refuse to be deconstructed, right? Does life imitate art? Listen, who really knows which came first around these parts? But we're just thankful that we have them. And we're thankful we have you, Bill, for all the incredible songs that you write and you perform with us and for us. We truly, truly appreciate you, sir. Truly. All right. Before we move on, we are going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. All the way up in the BX. What's good, Ron?
I am just mesmerized. What a great start to the year here. Thank you, Elemen2al, for a new calendar year, a new weekly online open mics on Thursdays. I really appreciate all of you here. Also, I do see many of you here in Zoom who made it either in person or in the Zoom overflow room of our Grand Slam last week in Harlem. So I'm glad you were able to witness the competition and the champion who got crowned somebody's mama. She won the annual Grand Slam, so I'm really happy about this. And here we are, January. Happy New Year to everyone. Yesterday was the first, and we had our first program yesterday, the virtual Women Orator Wednesday. I also see a few participants here that made it yesterday as well. So again, we really appreciate everyone here in the community. And tonight is our second event of the year, weekly, every Thursday evening, 8 p.m. in Zoom. Sign up on Wednesdays, 24 hours prior to that, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And just what a great start to the year. All 20 Artist-RSVP spots were filled within the first hour and a half yesterday evening. So we appreciate you. And for anyone who didn't make it but still would like to perform and did not yet let Elemen2al or me know to put you in the good luck round at the end, just let us know in the chat and we will add you. So the Nuyorican Poets Cafe is closed. Ron Mark Thompson, one of the program and operations assistant and the tech assistant here tonight. I am zooming in from a wintry, cold Bronx, and Elemen2al is zooming in from a little further away, hopefully a little bit warmer. But we are continuing our programs of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe online and offline. We are not stopping this. We're going to make this year as great as we did last year, and we will all take you along with us. So on that note, this week is not yet over, and we actually do have 2 more programs this week. On Saturday, January 4th, which is held on every first and third Saturday of the month, Charlie Vasquez will continue to facilitate and lead his online workshop with us, Know Thyself, Meditation and Stream of Consciousness Poetry. That one, you can get tickets on our calendar, same ticket site where you got your ticket for tonight. And sign up. You don't have to have come to any of the previous workshops. Every workshop is unique, and you will learn something in each and every workshop. So that's this Saturday and 2 weekends from this weekend again with Charlie Vasquez. And we are also going in person this weekend. Three Kings Day is on Monday the 6th, and 2 days prior to this, on Saturday the 4th, we will host an in-person event at 3 p.m. in Lower Manhattan and in Battery Park City. The address is 6 River Terrace. It is co-produced together with the Battery Park City Authority and us, the cafe. It will be hosted by our executive director, La Brewer. It is family friendly. Bring your kids, bring your nephews, your nieces. We will have music, artwork, free food, and an open mic. And it is free. So you don't have to sign up. You don't have to get a ticket. Just show up and enjoy the event together with us this Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. in Lower Manhattan. Next week, we are going back to our Nuyorican Bowery Slam on Monday. Every Monday night, 6:30 p.m. doors open. J Rose will host this coming Monday on the 6th, and the following on January 13, Luna Rosa will host. Luna is also our DJ at the Final Friday Slam. So we just finished our Grand Slam this past Friday. So this month we are restarting with our monthly Final Friday Slam. So every winner from Mondays goes on to compete at the end of the month in the Final Friday Slam. This month it will be on January 31st in the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. You can get tickets already at nuyorican.org/FFS, which stands for Final Friday Slam. And because we did not have a Final Friday Slam last month in December, because we did have the Grand Slam, all the winners from Mondays in December will also compete this month. So there you go. Come on out. We hope to see you at either of those in-person events. Talking about in-person events, Wednesdays we will continue our open mics at the Lois Cider Center. Every first Wednesday of the month, Felicia Kate hosts the Women Orator Wednesday. Yesterday, because the first Wednesday fell on a holiday, we did it virtually, but next month on February 5th, we will be back in person at the Lois Cider Center. And on the second and fourth Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m., Sol Preem is hosting the open mic there. And you already can get tickets for any of those open mics on our ticket site. If for any reason you cannot make it, we do live stream those too, but you cannot perform. It's not in Zoom, it's on YouTube, but you can still see our performances in case you missed it. And Felicia Kate will also be back at the International Center of Photography on January 16th, which is a Thursday, 6 p.m. She will host the next open mic there. We do not yet have decided on a theme, but come on anyway. It is, a great show, great open mic there every other month. And you can even, go to the gallery and see all the amazing photographs in the museum. So that is in Lower Manhattan, not too far from where the cafe is located, January 16th. And in case you did not know, Felicia also works at the Langston Hughes House in Harlem, where every Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. she hosts and facilitates in-person workshops. So check her out, or the Langston Hughes House's Instagram to participate there. There are many more events that I haven't yet mentioned. We will have another Teenage Open Mic edition at the end of the month. There will be other special programs coming up in the next weeks and months. So for any of those, go to our online calendar, nuyorican.org/calendar. Also on our Linktree, you will see all our social media pages. If you want to sign up for the mailing list, if you want to volunteer, Or if you want to help us with our many programs and you want to contribute, go to nuyorican.org/contribute. We are a non-for-profit organization. We do have a few ticketed events, but as you can see, our tickets are very low priced, so they do not pay for all the operations. And then we also have free events like this Saturday in Lower Manhattan, or tonight. It is a free event for you. So for those who already have contributed and donated online, especially when they sign up for Thursday night, we appreciate you. Anyone else, any donation is welcome. It pays for everything, you know, that keeps the Nuyorican Poets Cafe up and running, and we want to continue this obviously for the next months and years until we finally reopen in our building on East 1st Street in the Lower East Side. We will keep you posted. But we are online right now, and we're going to continue online here every week. And we are now going a little bit further north from the Bronx, from where I'm zooming in. Not too far in Connecticut is where Catman Bill is located. Happy New Year, Catman Bill. Let us hear what you're going to bring tonight. Either it'll be comedy or music or poetry. You never know. It's always a pleasure to have you. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Thank you a bunch. I just snoozed out. Boy, I heard my name and I had to wake up quick. So, you know, I was going to do a little comedy, a little dirty comedy. Then I switched to a little song. And I thought, well, maybe I could do both. I said, no, I'm not really interested in doing any comedy. I'm not in a jovial mood. So I'll play the song that was written by a 14-year-old back in 1960. And it was her only song that made it big, but what a big song. It's just like heaven being here with you. You're like an angel, good to be true. But after all, I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby. When you are near me, my heart skips a beat. I could hardly stand on my own 2 feet, because I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby. Ooh, I love you, ooh, I do. No one could love you like I do. Please never leave me blue and alone. If you ever go, I'm sure you'll come back home, because I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby. No one could love you like I do.
If that is just not one of the most iconic riffs in the world, like this dude is just amazing. Unmute yourself, give it up for Catman Bill.
Well done, Bill. That was great. Well, thanks for bringing us in with a beautiful sound.
Thank you.
So soothing. So, oh my goodness, so amazing. Thank you.
Well, after hearing that, Bill, I think we should just try and catch you off guard more often. Thank you so much.
Got those things which are, you know,
Compliment, Dad.
he's on the toilet and, you know, he doesn't wash his hands.
No doubt about it. So listen, I love the fact that you really gave us something from the core of you, right? Like when you have something like that, when you have a melody that comes out of you like that, it's something that really is soaked into your bones. And that's what I meant by I love that riff, right? It's so like the early years of love songs, right? Like that boom, 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 boom. It's something about that. And the way that you carried that tune and the words, like, sir, that it's such a resurgence of such a beautiful time where love was a very key fixture. And those types of love songs produced shit, probably most of us, right? Probably, if not some uncles and aunties of ours. Thank you for that. Really, really. Just for doing what you do and how you do it, sir. Your voice is uniquely yours, and the way that you play your instrument is phenomenal. Thank you. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. Listen, y'all make sure, and listen, first of the year, so let's go ahead and jump it off. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ron, Mark, Thompson.
RMT.
RMT, Mission Control.
Thank you.
Thank you for the love. Appreciate everyone here. Thank you, Elemental, for hosting one of the
Of course, listen. I got to make sure that you get your love too, man. All the way up in the BX. Got to make sure you get your love too, man. It's important, man. You know what I mean? It's a team effort, folks. Really, I wouldn't be able to do what I do without Ron. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's keep it going. Appreciate you, Catman, for setting us off in the second half. Coming up next, this incredible gentleman, author of The Impromptu of Love and Music, also on the path to editing. Make sure you are plugging in with him. The one and only Ray Whitaker in the building. A pretty eloquent writer himself. Love to hear this cat's work. Please let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
It's always great to be here, Elemental. It's amazing the talent that shows up here, and I so appreciate being a very small part of it. I have a piece here that I've read once before and only once, so y'all are the second ones to hear it. I read it and I've done some edit. You know how we all write things and then we go back to them if we remember to edit them. And this is a piece I kind of pulled up from 2022 that I never really got around to editing. So I read it the other day and I've edited it since, so here we go. It's called It's Still There, Way Down There. And the epigram, there's two epigrams that go with this, and the first one is, it is the authoritarians that inhibit the expression of art, music, poetry, and comedy, and that's by the eminent Jon Stewart. And then the second one is actually some song lyrics that kind of set the tone for this, which is Same as It Ever Was, Same as It Ever Was, from the song Once in a Lifetime by the Talking Heads in 1984. So one, there was a generator, maybe a capacitor, pushing an impetus of development, a source of the growth, moving along the steps, 1 foot in front of the other, even though you may never have felt so alone, so strapped for friendship and comfort in your distant bungalow. Still, there is the driver, the place where the self comes out of the blues into the light. The lyrics of the music you were listening to would have you believe that you were somehow a shining star floating in amongst the galaxies viewed from the Webb Space Telescope. All it takes is a good look around, looking far and wide on our ground to see the injustice, the inhumanity, the insolence, the in-between, the inaccessibility, those inanimate insensibilities that conflict with the sense of the way things are, opposed to the way things ought to be. You see this without trying. Multiple rounds fly from rifled explosions into the people gathered for the reasons to be in public spaces, drilling down into this disambiguation of the way the world works or doesn't. Those mass shooters, also known as mass murderers, must think that there isn't a way to handle it without killing, without violence. Big assumption that they think. We are armed to our incisors, ammo at the ready, members of the public unwittingly walking by, strolling as if there is no concern. Buying concert tickets has a different cost now. Like it is there as a natural part of the movies in your head, so alone it comes with wondering if it'll be safe to attend. Into your blues without having to think, like it is there as a natural part of the movies in your head, so alone your hotel is burning in the night, seen from miles away. Terrorists bomb, megalomaniacs dictate, sick narcissists, abusers inflict. Those of us that have had parents that loved us, cherished our young diapered butts, saw to it that we grew without undue pain, and don't understand the why of terrorists and narcissists. Empirically, we know things. The result of us shaking our heads in disbelief. A New York woman walks without looking right or left into the subway. Are the terrorists, the truly talented sociopaths, asleep tonight? Or is it tomorrow that their insomnia will catch up to them? War and pestilence flow, Class 5 hurricanes and F4 tornadoes whirl, the sensibilities abound. Fires consuming landscapes, threatening 1,000-year-old trees around. Can't let the depression take hold. One must be bold to leave the city of night and move into the light. Yet, we can still be a human being, be creative and spiritually seeing the end of your blues. There remains good news. Can't dwell on the loss of someone near, feeling that they're no longer near. Gotta keep on going up to the stars and stay out of bars. The existential pain is a part of what makes us. It is no bane to be human, to love even so, being we can. Thank you.
There's something so very terra firma about what you do. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ray Whitaker.
Yeah,
Feels
Ray,
fantastic.
nice work.
So, thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot of startling revelations you imparted into that. Like, buying a concert ticket has a different cost now. Think about that 2 or 3 times before you're going to do it.
Yes, that was amazing. I totally love that line. And I love the fact that you put all of us, your entire audience, in that mind state, right? Just from the authoritarian aspects to the talking heads from 1981, right? There's something about, number one, setting a tone, and number two, living and existing in that tone and bringing it, right? Drilling down this ambiguation, the big assumption that they think buying concert tickets has a different cost now. Are terrorists truly talented sociopaths? Hmm. Again, there is something so very, very real about your work. And I really, really can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because you are very consistent with that. Seriously. I say all the time, when people have their flow locked in, you can feel it. And that's exactly what we get with you. Thank you, sir, for doing all that you do. Make sure you plug your information in the chat. He has possibilities, publishing possibilities, right? Make sure you're plugging in with Ray Whitaker. Appreciate you, sir. All right. Coming up next, Brooklyn in the building, storytellers in the building. This next incredible artist continues to come through and share some of the heavyweight stories. I'm telling you, prepare yourself for the one and only Markencia in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
And find me here. Mama was right. He was in it for the money, all 21,000. I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing, he maintained. Something about him screams, I own you, ho. It's not a crime. He's a con artist and knows how to get around. You tend to your meds and stay away from him, said a policeman. A prospective corporate executive, he sought to look the part. 50 grand to fill the emptiness in his mouth. The expansion of my consciousness means a force greater than God was taking charge. Be wary of people who say they love olives and mushrooms, if not more than equally to you. Stockholm syndrome is narcissism and its victim. He acknowledged his innocence, blackmailed by a woman's cousins, and forced to pay for consensual sex, which she couldn't. She owes me an apology. If otherwise, must be subjected to be skinned and raped by men with sexually transmitted diseases. I was 24 and intrigued at the opportunity to write and become published professionally. After college, I quit my job, convinced a man was following me past midnight for the second time around. In her lungs, my grandmother suffered a blood clot. Upon visitation, I met him. In search of purpose, meaning, I was drawn to horoscopes, numerology, and tarot readings. Synchronicity brought me the charm of deceit, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in the form of a being, seemingly from a time machine with the likeness of Black Jesus, good skin, and worldly confidence. Wish, aka shakedown, from which I established trust and safety. My twin flame and soulmate, I was convinced. He reinforced it as God sent. Referenced scriptures and gave life lessons in a form of riddles and questions. If a man with a gun approached us and gave an ultimatum, kill me or rape you, which would you choose? He said, if I were to be raped, both him and I would have survived. He too shared his playlist of soul and classic R&B. He had me at Ed Sheeran's Perfect. My head ain't right, my mother said. I'm not all the way there. My aunt stepped in and deemed me fit for intervention and hospitalization. I deemed her the devil and my mother her disciple. She stared me down and reduced me to nothing. Her husband hugged me as always, lovingly. He is now deceased, a casualty of the pandemic. I think the bus driver kicked me and my mother off. Look at you clinging to be a child. I'm a woman of wisdom. I'm the parent now. I pinched her hard and ran into the street, still on the phone with Wish. My mother followed me and police officers caught up with me and admitted me to the psych ward. And my mother stayed with me for a few hours. Invisible chains, he said, kept us tied to our circumstances. It was us against the world, he said, but they must be broken to fulfill the promise of our destiny. He lives in a shelter. My therapist says perhaps for men who engage in substance abuse and suffer from mental illness. Let's go down a bit. I am not suicidal. I have not had enough. I am not suicidal. I just can't sit with my thoughts. I am not suicidal. I just pick myself apart. I am not suicidal. I'm just spilling out my guts. I am not suicidal. There are no demons in my house. I am not suicidal. I'm more than an overgrown child. I am not suicidal. I focus on the here and now. I am not suicidal, just scared, just scarred by my past. I am not suicidal. I am worth more than the 25 grand claimed by my twin flame soulmate, ex-convict, rapist. He was in it for the money, of course. There's something odd about a parolee at 52, obsessed with a young woman at 25. There's something odd about a jealous man wanting a confident woman. Okay. I guess that's enough for now. Thank you.
Listen, the way, oh my, unmute yourself, give it up for Markencia.
And putting out those just really heavy, brutal, honest truths there. That was really something. It's nice for all these people, bringing sweetness and sunshine into the new year, but for you to bring that and show that, we're tough and we can get through the worst things. That means so much. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, I second that. That key word there, Michael said, was tough. Those are very tough affirmations. And that's somebody who's absolutely fearless about facing themselves. Look, Markencia, I want to hear the end of that, so I hope you will read the rest sometime.
There's a lot to it. It's too much.
Yeah, thank you.
Bring it. Listen, I told y'all the storytellers are in the building. And listen, we're going to get to another one here in a little bit. I see him with the queen in the box too. Listen, it's how you do what you do, Markencia, is nothing short of amazing. To do the work, folks, that's what I say. This is the work, right? She started off from the jump, right? Mama was right. He was there for the money, all 23,000, right? It's not a crime. He's a con artist, right? 50 grand to fill the emptiness in his mouth. Synchronicity brought me the charm. Deemed her the devil and my mother her disciple. Invisible chains kept us tied to our circumstances. I am not suicidal. And listen, I love that. I love that, but I hate that, right? I love that, but I hate that at the same time. But I'm thankful that you can say that. And if all else fails, remember that. Thank you, Markencia. Thank you for doing what you do and being fearless enough to take that power back. That's amazing. Thank you for that. All right. Yeah. Make sure you are plugging in to the chat, Markencia. Your colleagues are on it. All right. Coming up next, this cat right here. Like, I'm still trying to find the right moniker, man. This dude is so uniquely him, right? He's him. But his flow is so locked in, man. And you got to get it, right? It's like a staccato, it's like a pizzicato, man, but it's so melodic, man. Prepare yourself for the one and only Zach Frater in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. Come on. Take it away. Great to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a poem. I have a poem. I'm sorry, Mama. All this pain didn't turn out like you thought it would. Shattered glass, loving home, but envy, greed. Dear Mama, I try my best. People still bad word when they're talking about me. Dear Mama, I'm a mighty man. Tell your family I've strength about 100 men. They don't make them like this. Dear Mama, I love you. I forgive any sin. Just say, I love you. Please just say it. You regret the day you gave me away. And dear Mama, I'm sorry if I bring up past memory, but Mama, I love you. I want to know who my dad was. I don't want to have awkward conversation. I don't know. I'm scared to bring it up. Find out what that dude's name was. I say it a lot. I hope it was love. Tell that man square up. Lots of pain, and I don't think you even knew my name. Couple text messages and birthday cards. I feel hurt. I feel rage. Hello? Mother, you hear me? Usually when I speak, I do it clearly. Maybe just write you a poem. Only way I can state emotions is typing on phone. Search your name. And dear Mama, I'm sorry. I Googled your name. It was old, an old family name. Birth certificate said nothing under her father's surname. Just say, where is that man? Who is he? What does he do? Is his temper quick as a winter storm in an Oregon winter? Rain all day like alcohol and ADD brain, like feeling incomplete, writing words. Maybe I could relate. Is he alive? Maybe he's in another state. Dear Dad, we can meet. Talk face to face. Tell me about the night I was conceived. Maybe you lie. Called out, call it a date. See same bright blue eye, see flame. Maybe we kiss and make up. Well, I doubt it. I never knew my pa. Living good life. Someone told you, hell kid, these genes you inherit, alcohol dependent. Long road ahead. Except I didn't have any of that. I grew up strong. Never felt like I was home. I hope you know I might forgive you. The hourglass is running out of sand. There's sand. Sand. You would never guess. It was drugs, a lot. They were delivered, mailbox. I asked for favors, alcohol. I was on drugs 24/7. You weren't here. Here, remind me. Someday, New Year's resolution, except day never comes. I'm on drugs right now. Hear me, write, poetry. Hear me. Does altered state of mind, cocaine, make me better or just decline? I'm here. Let everything stop. Let's talk. We can talk. I heard you are sober now. That's great. I'm sorry. I'm not. If you come home, I'll stop. Like everything, alcohol, cocaine. You truly mean everything to me. The girls, nothing in between.
Oh, that dude's something else, I'm telling you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Zach Frater.
Oh man, Zach.
Yeah, truly raw, Zach. And, you're being extremely realistic. And that's what, gets appreciated here a lot. And, thanks for trusting us with that level of kind of turmoil and vulnerability. Sometimes a new year is just a continuance of a trial, and I kind of got that sense from everything you were talking about.
Yeah, and it's a lot of us have been around for a long time in this space, and we're just really thankful that you found us in this past year, and look forward to hearing you many more times in this year to come.
Yeah, this was so much. It was as heartfelt as any of your other poems and pieces we heard, but today I could hear it in your voice. It really affected you. So thank you for continuing to trust us. To be brave. To give us, your emotions. And just like Mike and Paul said, we're going to be here for you this year, just like we were last year. So thank you, Zach. You're amazing.
Yeah,
Tell me.
ditto on that, on the your delivery, and uh, your tone of voice is a kind of honesty, being more than honest. And um, I often say a person can really transcend art itself just by being as real as they are. And that in itself, it becomes the transformational act. And it takes, well, I think CP would say something like this. It takes a lot of courage to do that.
Yeah. And I do think there's a real musicality to the way you do your pieces.
Absolutely. There is a beat. There is a beat. I don't know if that beat is coming from your heart, sir, but there is a beat to your work. It's an intrinsic rhythm. And it just pounds out some heartbreaking stuff, sir. Like for real. This dude's a bona fide storyteller. As Ron was saying, right? Definitely heartfelt this evening. We felt the emotion come through with that. Um, and how you deliver, man, I'm telling you, like you just speak to so many different people with what you do, right? You said maybe I'll just write you a poem, as if no other words would make sense, as if no other form of communication makes sense. I'll just write you a poem, right? Birth certificate said nothing under a father's surname, right? Rain all day like alcohol and ADD brain, right? I grew up strong, right? The hourglass is running out of stand, out of sand. I'm on drugs right now. Like, golly. I can't say cocaine makes me better. I'll let y'all take that. Appreciate you, Zach. As the Jedi Master said, for being strong enough to bring your honesty here, man. We appreciate you for what you do. Listen, you're a part of this community, man. Don't ever feel like you're by yourself. Marquincy is same way. You are a part of this community. Don't ever feel like you're by yourself. There are people in this room that will pick up at any time of night. If they can only do nothing but listen, they will. Appreciate y'all. All right. Few more folks left. Let's get to it. Coming up next, this priestess continues to come through and blesses us with her divine power. I speak with this priestess on a regular basis. I told her and the God that they are like my spiritual leadership on this plane of existence. They continue to help me see things that I never thought I could see before, and I'm thankful for both of them. The one and only Oshun Yo-Yen is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Well, I can be found in the usual places, Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot, but I can also be found, maybe you might not see me, but my spirit is sitting in the circle right across from the Dakota in Central Park in John Lennon's circle, Imagine. And this piece that I'm about to read was inspired by that. I came home and wrote this poem about, well, the same day, I was sitting in that circle with a bunch of other people, and they were singing the song Imagine, a bunch of people playing instruments. So I came home and I wrote this poem, and I think it really speaks to attitude adjustments too. Imagine stepping softly into your divinity and growing rooted from there. Imagine seeing clearly the answers to onyx-shrouded mysteries, hearing the music of truth in the thick of lies, acting in iridescent intention, righteous, pure, and embraced with cosmic order. Imagine death as just a door to the other dimension, your ancestors closer than your own breath, whispering wisdom to guide you through the tangles of life's convoluted quandary. Imagine love as it really is, everywhere, always there, in limitless abundance, always there, in limitless abundance, right in your own heart, blooming infinitely from the celestial roots in your very soul. Yes, imagine love as the only reason for all of your actions. Yes, imagine, then live as a divine and destiny intended for you to live, joyous, serene, divine. Ashe.
I'm telling y'all, it's just unmute yourself, give it up for Oshun. Yo, yeah.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah, always amazing, always profound.
Yeah, I always appreciate your, when you impart where this came to you from. And it's, from the get-go, when I first arrived here in the city, I've never stopped being thankful for how immensely generous New York City is and the people who inhabit it are in providing inspiration.
You're right. And not only that, is it magical, it's very, very supportive. I mean, there are venues like this, but there are all kinds of other venues for other artists where you can support each other and you can do you, and doing you is appreciated and not suppressed. New York is very, very special in that way. And they honor people in that way. That whole circle in Central Park for John Lennon is an honoring of an incredible human being.
Yeah. For the folks who have not been there, there's no place in the world like New York, man. It's just not. It's just not. It's just not. It's just some great places though. There's some great places in the world, trust, but there's just no place like New York, man. It's like every corner you go is something. It's something. It's someone. It's a sound. It's a smell. It's a sensation. It's a sense. Everywhere, every turn, every train that you get on, it's like that. It's like that. Like the priest just said, you got to embrace the cosmic order. You got to embrace that cosmic order to live in New York, man, for real. Your ancestors closer than your own breath. That's again so very New York. Sometimes New Yorkers are closer to you than your own breath. It's crazy. Imagine love as it really is. And when you can do that, that means that you're accepting the fact that you're a part of it as well. And I think there's something very spiritual about that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it with us. We truly, truly appreciate you and all that you do. All right. Coming up next, there are 5 artists left on the guaranteed list, and so far 1 on the good luck round. Coming up next, listen, I'm so thankful that this artist has made it all this way into 2025. Shout out Jules. This incredible educator is amazing in what they do in the classroom, amazing in what they do in the page, and the published work that they have produced. This artist is incredible. The Teflon Donna is here. The one and only Marianne Teft is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. Happy New Year to you, to RMT, to all of our poet friends everywhere. It is just an extraordinary night to begin this new year, 2025. And I would really like to reiterate what Paul just said. He used the word generous. Every time Elemental, and he does every time, shouts out Jules, I am reminded of the blessing of this community. And no doubt you'll hear me speak about that as the year progresses. However, tonight I'd like to be on theme with a poem that I wrote today called Negative Time. Just when we had begun to wrap our small intellects around the brain-teasing notions that light particles also journey through space as waves, but we cannot know where they are and how fast they are moving at the same time, larger minds right here in my hometown tell us to prepare for the fact of negative time, observable in the interaction of light and matter. As I scroll through the science headlines, I am happily stunned to learn that others have come to know through experiments in quantum mechanics what I have learned in the laboratory of life. Heart knowing outpaces the speed of light. On afternoons in the peekaboo shade of chartreuse leaves, when the grass is not yet autumn cool, my head rests in the nest of your shoulder and time stands still. Thank you, Elemental Poet friends. Happy New Year to everyone.
It just sounds like cherry blossoms, just gently falling on the ground. It's just amazing. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marianne.
Marianne, that was so
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Bravo.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marianne, for reminding us of the speed of heart knowing.
Lovely
Happy New
piece.
Year, Mariana. Happy. So glad
That
to.
was great.
Lovely piece. Lovely piece. I really liked it.
I mean, listen, we have a moon spirit, and when she does what she does, it just sounds like the tides coming to rest, right? It sounds like the tides all coming up to the front row so they can hear what she's saying. And it's amazing every time we, wrap our small intellect around, the larger minds believe, in the interaction of light and matter, right? Some come to the realization in experiments of quantum mechanics, but us in peekaboo shades of chartreuse trees. Like there's so much texture in what you do. That's why I said it just sounds like, cherry blossom leaves just falling on the ground. It's amazing. Thank you for what you do. We are appreciative of you and Jules for all that both of you contribute to the greatest community in the world. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. Coming up next. Listen. Every once in a while, right? Something will come to my door. And I am always in awe when it's one of these. Storytellers are in the building. I mentioned this cat earlier. Yeah, I see. Listen, the superhero in the building's already got one too. This incredible storyteller continues to do exactly what he does. Author of The Bald Raven, author of Scapulti. I like to call this cat the Vincent Price of poetry. The one and only Ike Waltz is in the building. Shout out to Queen Sheila in the building this evening, too. It is always great to see you, Ike. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. Come on, take it away.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year. May I introduce my lovely queen, Sheila. L'incoronazione di Donaldo de Trampolini, originally performed in the year 1600 and called L'Incoronazionale de Popea, now called the crowning of Donald, our king of the misguided states of America, after Claudio Monteverdi and Benito Mussolini. Is it satire? Is it poetry? Is it parody? Is it comedy? Or is it just a picaresque poem? So let us welcome l'incoronazione di Donaldo di Trampolini in Italian and responded in English. Here we go. Cor timiro.
At you I gaze.
Tuo son io.
Yours I am.
Por digodo.
In you I delight.
Spema mia.
You are my hope.
Mi convinci.
You convince me.
Dello di.
Say it, say it.
A te sono legato.
To you I am bound.
L'idole mio.
Idol mine.
Condivido il tuo dolore.
I feel your pain.
E la verità è nient'altro che la verità.
It's the truth and nothing but the truth.
De io muoio.
For you I die.
Sì, mio ben.
Yes, my beloved.
Oh, mia vita.
Oh, my life.
Sì, mio cor.
Yes, my heart.
Oh, mio tesoro.
Oh, my treasure.
Mia vita, sì.
My life. Yes, you are my life.
Io son tua.
I am yours.
Tu sei il mio re.
You are my king.
Sono un re.
I am a king.
Tu sei il re.
You are the king.
Lunga vita al nostro re.
Long live our king.
Lunga vita, io il re.
Long live I, the king.
Lunga vita al nostro prezioso reo.
Long live our precious king.
Lunga vita, Donaldo Re.
Long live King Donald.
And you, my obedient subjects, stop pretending as you had never a better choice. When I, your king, plunders you into civil war, oh yes, you will admire the many dead even more. But you will love me unconditionally. Lunga vita, Donaldo Re.
Long live King Donald.
And my stupid head hurts ever so badly. I follow Elon, I follow the king, and I salute Lunga vita, my Sheila Regina. Thank you.
Now, how are we supposed to compete with that, Ike? Golly, man, come on. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ike. Whoa.
Hey, Sheila, you're one of us too now. You got to come regularly.
I can
Want to hear lots more of those
Waltz in the
collaborations.
building.
Oh, man, that was
Very
so
creative.
fantastic.
That was wonderful.
Queen is in the house.
That was so seductive starting out, and then you just, twisted it on
You
us.
trumped it.
Yeah.
Got all Trumpy on there.
Sheila, your voice is such a pleasure to listen to. I'm glad he brought you on board. As Michael Sindler said, I hope we can anticipate more of these collaborations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since we last heard from you, but Elemental, it's just amazing that, how our community trusts, our programs on online open mic, that we even bring our spouses and friends, with us, so that's you. Thank you for keeping, for continuing to stick with us, and for once in a while every so often blessing us with your words. So thank you, both of you. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all that you have done to keep this gentleman flowing the way that he does, continuing with these. These are very important. These are very special to me. Thank you to both of you. And listen, folks, it's not too many folks who can produce books like this. It's just not. I have desired Black Pages for some time. And this cat it's so beautiful. Thank you, Ike. Thank you, Sheila. Truly. They are absolutely amazing. All right. And yes, I'm with the crew, right? No matter. Listen, oh my treasure, oh my life, yes, you are my life. Stop pretending, okay? And this is what I'm gonna reiterate to both of y'all. Stop pretending that we don't want to hear more of that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Appreciate you. All right. Let's keep it going. There are 3 left on the guaranteed list and 1 on the good luck round. Coming up next, all the way from Jersey, this incredible artist gonna come through and tear it down for you real quick. Listen, it is great to see you. The one and only Kayla Dudley is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Please, take it away.
Happy New Year, everyone. I put my Instagram in the chat. I go by Kaylee Poet, still trying to get out there. But this poem is called A Letter to the Uncomfortable. Everyone always asks me, Kayla, why do you talk about the struggle? Why can't you talk about the celebrations and the triumphs? Because when I do, y'all don't hear me enough. I didn't become a poet for y'all to listen to rainbows and sunshine. I became a poet because my metaphors became crack lines that I sniff from time to time to get high. So I could reflect the times, and with the times, I'm supposed to give y'all rainbows and sunshine. So I'm not sorry that my current addiction may be about the school to prison pipeline and the hashtags that go viral online. And as a poet, I will let you know that my blackness is a rose that grew through the concrete. How do we get to our triumphs and celebrations? We go through setbacks and struggle. It ain't easy, and in order to write the story, you gotta walk on nails before we gallop through the sunflowers and watch the butterflies and bees. And don't get me wrong, I write about love, self-love, and the beauty of my blackness, but I can't sedate myself to your comfortability. So you could say that was years ago, let it be. My grandparents watched MLK Jr. try to equalize black and white through their TV screens. My great-grandmother watched her mother pick cotton and only get pennies, and some black folk were still picking cotton in the 60s, and you tell me that those 400 years that are set through generations of my maternal ancestry, I'm supposed to let go? Please, my ovaries overload with pain and agony of generations before me. Maybe that's why my menstrual hates me, sedates me to feel each hanging, each whipping, each slit on my vocal cords when I'm speaking Sojourner's truth. That is why I write poetry. So you have to sit in uncomfortability, uncomfortable names that are unjust with me. Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, Philando Castile, Sandra Bland, Emmett Till, Eric Garner, Alton Sterling, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Elijah McClain, Kayla Dudley. Now, let me not manifest death on me, but it makes me think, will my poetry be the death of me, or my skin that wraps around this skeleton, doused in melanin, be the reason for them to kill again? Would it be that 40,000+ black women and girls go missing, or how black men are only subjected to incarceration? Thank you, Nixon. And when it comes to black queer folk and everyone's voices starts to croak, y'all really living up to all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And I mean, so many names, and I'm not done. And sadly, there will be another one, another hashtag, another officer. What do they have? And my black angels sunken into this black abyss because of their blackness and have this connection of ending up in a casket. And some were just going to be a graduate. Some just wanted to shoot a basket. Some just selling cigarettes. Some manifest to be president and change America from within. And some code switch from their blackness. And y'all, I can't stand all that ruckus, but what happened to my life, liberty, and pursuit to happiness? I thought we were all created equal, Jefferson. Are we also including black women? That was your 9-to-5 wife, and your after midnight side. Was that in the Declaration of Independence? That was written in 1776. He had 600+ slaves, sis. He could care less about your blackness, but I thank my ancestors that guide me and protect me and allow my poetry to breathe and fill up this room with all of you to understand that my black body, my black words, my black breath is a vessel to guide, just like my Anne and the stories that invoke me to create stepping stones from my bones for the next generation to clone. And I ain't talking about Tyrone. And injustice angels surround me. Give me the strength to use my poetry to vocalize that the work ain't done here, that our blackness is engraved here, and we are just getting started, my dear. And now, I may have touched some of you, ticked off some of you, and some uncomfortable, but I know my poetry will stick to you like a post-it boot, and when it falls off, I'll get to writing again until you finally understand that I'm a black woman with metaphors trying to make sense of this life I was given. So every slit on my vocal cords, I made sure was written, and that is it.
I don't know if you know who you fucking with here, but you better talk all that black shit around this cat. Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Kayla.
Yeah.
Bravo, Kayla.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
sister. Yeah, yeah.
Turn it
All right.
up.
Thank you.
More
Yes,
great
ma'am.
truths and great rhythm. Your
You made my night. You made my
presentation
night.
was
I gotta tell you that.
fantastic. Your words were just like just slivers right to the soul. Oh man.
Yeah, if you got a fire extinguisher there, you need to put it on that microphone, Black Woman with Metaphors.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tell her.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
beautiful delivery, beautiful cadence, beautiful I mean, just everything.
Yes.
Yeah, if this doesn't sound like home to you, tell us what we need to do to make it sound more like home.
Just
Well,
keep
this is my
coming.
second time being here, so and I
Yeah.
did an open mic yesterday, so I'm gonna keep coming. So yeah.
It's
All right.
home now.
Yeah, come on back.
It's
We hold you
home
to
from
that.
now on.
Oh,
Come
damn, you
on
fucked
back.
up last time. Like I thought I made that very clear that you fucked up last time. That you were supposed to be here all the time. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And then you set the community ablaze with work like that, right? That's how you show up. That's how you show up. That's how you put in the work, right? Like I said, you got the right one with this cat talking that old blackness. Listen. My blackness is a rose that grew from concrete. Come on. My metaphors became crack lines come on. I sedate myself. I can't sedate myself to your comfortability. You kidding? Some black folks were still picking cotton in the 60s. My mama still tell me all this time, like, why you talking that shit? You weren't even born in that era. Yeah, well. Listen, my ovaries overload. Like, listen, don't let me not manifest death on me, on myself, right? Lord, please understand all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Lord, please understand all skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's for everybody in the building. All right. Some code switch from their blackness. Please understand that's how people have survived for centuries in this country. Did that make it okay? Absolutely not. But it happens. We will vocalize the work ain't done here. Nah. But I'm thankful that there are voices that are still willing to burn it down. Appreciate you for that. Yeah, like I told you, you fucked up last week, so make sure you're here next week too. This is what it is. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, and our closer did come in the building, so he will be closing out the evening. Coming up next, this incredible artist continues to come through. Listen, there's something about when someone steps upon the path, we get some incredible work from them. With all their hard work, being a mom, being just a woman, and all the things that she's got to do, she continues to find time for us. And we're thankful for the one and only Elizabeth Horan in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you very much. Wow, shout out to everyone tonight. What an amazing night. The poetry, the music, like fantastic. I love getting to come here on Thursdays. It brightens my week. It's a beautiful bright spot in my day. So I'm gonna do a couple from back to my book called Blood Flower. And I was thinking a lot about last week because I read those and they were hard and I kind of broke down, and CP was talking about, like it takes brass balls and brass ovaries. But the thing is, like, I wrote that book and I wrote it because I had a miscarriage, and then so I had to go to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh, you have cervical cancer and you're having a total hysterectomy." And so I was like, I have hypothetical ovaries, and it's one of those things, like, it's just hard, all of it can be hard. And so I just like to read you these two about the loss of babies and fertility and all that shit. And for everyone who's ever lost a baby from an abortion or a miscarriage or whatever it is, man or woman or whoever, like, I get you and I've got you, and that's why I wrote it. This one is called, whew, this is the way it starts. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Yes, married. Yes, 2 children. Oh, how kind. Oh, how romantic. I'll eat your eyes. Oh my, I'll pin you to a blanket. How divine her spine as a Twizzler rope. Oh, how romantic thou art, shoves cow eyeball into her mouth. Married, yes. 2 children, yes. Nailed shut as Frankenstein baby deep in the cheapest pine coffin. She stares at the ceiling. It drips upon the it drips tar upon her cheek. She must turn aside for it to miss her lidded glare. I'm sorry, I'm a little unsettled. She must turn aside for it to miss her lidded stare. Unfettered view of the Lord's glare. She pushes upwards, jammed. She can sense the earth filling in around her, sifting in the mahogany flour. I'm in here, she doesn't bother to shout. I'm not finished off yet, she gurgles, her tongue filling in the gaps like a gulag throat. He liked it. See how he decided it like that? Spade, push, humph, spray the dirt over her legs and her eggs, as if normal to do that with people lolling round, as if murdering in the middle of God's yard in the fetching light of day was somehow okay. And the pastor begins to pray. Thank you. And I'll do one more if you don't mind. So I was hospitalized in the psychiatric unit when I was 17 and 43, which was 2 years ago. And that's a very hard reality for me and something I hate. This one is called When I Was 17 and 43. Things which bother, thickening things, debatable root systems in the understories of me. They cover my skin in flanks of 3 men, 3 men, 3 men. They take turns chopping the uterus free. It's a hard walk all the way to psychiatry. I do it each year. Q16, Q17, Q18, Q my binging, Q the root interfering. It's a dad or a date. Q the wedding, Q a fated ending. Ward 3C, inpatient psychiatry. In the years of sap, the flow is often more than any rusted tin bucket should ever have to hold. Cue the rebirth of a hymen, a tap hole, a tree. I've never given permission to let anything flow clear. Black, red, or rusted crimson oxidation flow down the unsynthesizable daemon root system of women, of births, of threes. Thank you very much. I love you all very much. Seriously. Thank you for letting me be here.
Gosh. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Elizabeth Horror.
Bravo, Elizabeth.
Appreciate your
Oh,
resilience and your strength.
thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
He
Yes.
was on my list, but then all the others agreed, so I had to keep the list to 13.
It's hard to really accept situations like that. And this is why I say that it doesn't matter how the strength that certain people have. There's a level of strength that some will never know. And stories like that remind us of just that. I could care less if you could, bench press a Buick. Until you know that kind of pain, strength is just spelled differently, right? She said nailed shut as Frankenstein's baby. Her tongue filling in the gaps like a gulag throat. Gosh. I have been to that place, right? I call it the dungeon. A friend of mine calls it the spa. I've been there. And it's something about it. The The hallways seem longer. The walls just seem to scream. It's something about it. So when you start talking about those images and those feelings, it is extremely difficult. And then you bring in lines like they take turns chopping the uterus free. Gosh. Cue the rebirth of a hymen. Damn it. This is the work, folks. It's what I keep saying. Like, I don't care about rainbows and Skittles popping out of whatever. It's the work. This is the work. These are the poems that need to be written. These are the sentiments, the feelings that need to be heard. Thank you. Thank you for being fearless enough to share them with us. There's nothing easy about that, but this is why we are the greatest community in the world, because we hold space for everyone. Everyone. We've got four. We've got four folks left this evening that have come to rock with us. Let's keep it going. Damn, that was such a powerful story. Goodness. Coming up next, to close out the guaranteed list this evening, you have heard this gentleman's voice this evening, all evening. His insight is magical. His positioning here is not by accident. He makes music out of anything, whether it's his voice or his pen. I like to call this cat the Jedi Master because he has mastered this craft of ours, and he's still doing it better than a lot of us, man, for real. The one and only Paul Skiff is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you, Jedi Master. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Well, thanks, Elemental. I'm on IG, a Skiffgram. I want to push back on you, but there's no better than anybody here. You know that. But I appreciate what you're trying to say about that. Well, Zach, Elizabeth, Markinsia, you people, along with everybody else, have really put it up tonight. Hear those songs in my heart, in my solar plexus. My parents tried to get me into that system when I was 15, and I told them no, and I've been hiding out from it ever since. So it's the way of being with yourself, where you need to constantly reconcile who you are as the person you're seen to be with who you are, the person you know you are, and the person you can be when you're actually provided the means to heal, which doesn't have anything to do with endless hallways and treatment regimens. Anyway, this poem is meant to be offensive, and I know there are few of you here who've been waiting for me to do another one of these poems. So I thought, what better way to start the new year than by pleasuring you? And for those who may find it unpleasant, remember, reality can be kept at a distance. Fuck you, pussy. Don't push me. I'm a prophet. I'm on first name basis with every crack in the pavement from here to 207th Street. My favorite is the crack all the empty shell casings were swept into by the NYPD after an immigrant cab driver named Amadou Diallo had 41 caps emptied into him by 3 detectives for being AWPOP. That is, African pulling out a phone. Every time I saunter by, those spent rounds call out Amadou's voice, asking me how tall his children have grown. Some of those rounds went into the bottom of Amadou's feet. That's the way my feet feel after years of standing 24 hours asking for a dollar bill. Fuck you, pussy. Don't push me. I'm a prophet. I was supposed to grow up to be the president of the United States of America, but I started scrolling social apps, so my inner rhythm got DM'd by the algorithm, cornering me in aspirations minor chords, hypnotizing me with info zombie clickerism, singing in a treble clef, strangling counter melody. Public assistance was a better way of life, more politically dangerous than a president. And you never lose an election. Fuck you, pussy. Don't push me. I'm a prophet. Why are you scared of me? Well, it's capitalism. Why not? My one gray sock reminds you how cold would be gnawing on your toes right now if you were suckled by food stamps and learned the ABCs by filling out intake forms at the shelter. I used to be called a bum. Then I was called a vagrant. Then I was called homeless. Then I was called a member of the unhoused, like it is an exclusive high status club where I am a rare specimen just standing in line to get into the American dream, the door to which I thought was hidden under the mashed potatoes at the Sisters of Holy Pleasure Soup Kitchen. I can tell you when it's going to rain and what the billion-dollar lotto numbers are. But I'd rather see you get wet and have to ride standing up half asleep on the train again for the morning commute to work. That smell isn't me. It is oppression's perfume called concrete pillow. I left my sense of humor as a crumb for the big dog rat ruling the prowl at the A-train stop at Coney Island, a nourishment to equip him with cultural literacy needed for all the entertainment he sees on the train, performed as desperate pleas for tip money. Yeah, I had a job once. I did have a job once, pulling the skins off chickens in the back of a restaurant kitchen. That is right. For some, the path to the American dream leads through the back of a restaurant kitchen and circles around a 4-foot tall pile of chicken skins. That is why I do not feel bad at all when I wake up now from a Thorazine flashback and find life is not so torturous being a hustler. I mean, a prophet. I was on unemployment once. Well, more than once. I was on unemployment once until I predicted COVID, then swallowed what, never mind, hardly happened. Yeah, here sideways, similarly mean. I mean, could not, maybe was here, isn't? Yes, that lactated probably. That is why I was really unemployed twice. I am a prophet, but I should probably be dictator of this city. I should be dictator. I should be dictator. The mayor should bribe himself to resign and appoint me dictator. You are a billionaire of normality. That is why you are so out of touch with how insane your dull everyday life is. I saw a check from the federal government once, SSI payments. It's like a junk food orgasm from heaven. I'm always looking for enlightenment. That is why I love to be tasered. Aim for the bullseye. Chronic unemployment hung on my great potential to criminalize my freedom right here on my human dignity. Aim at the right side of my head. It is the quickest way to the deeply remote source of my vitality. Yes, 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 yes. My love, Messiah, is a meteor radiating out from the dog star. Lightning is just the password, the weight of temperature in your distraction, I think. When I showed up to file for welfare, the handwritten sign taped up at the end of the hall said, "Don't piss here." But I know that was done lovingly. and with respect. You could tell by how precise the tape was cut. That was somebody on a mercy mission betraying the discipline that at one time was delivered upon them. You know how some days the rain just keeps saying, fuck, 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 fuck. But tonight is different, you know, because that thunder that set off the car alarm, the world has ears, believe it. See my gold chain? It used to have the Olympic gold medal for dumpster diving on it, but I pawned that medal for a carton of cigarettes and 2 nutcrackers. I pawned that medal for a business class ticket to the land of giving back. So everyone who is at risk has a chance. If they believe in what I say means we all have a way out of here. If you will just put that $500 pair of shoes in the dumpster here for me. Fuck you, pussy. Don't push me. I'm a prophet. I'm a substance abuser who gave up abuse and now I just do the substance. I accept your laughs because that is God kissing me on the genius bone. And I don't mean in a brotherly way, and I do mean in a heavenly way. Heavenly enough to make me drop my cassock and pull out my priest and his 2 acolytes to perform the ritual of hip laughter. Cover the blessed children's eyes and ears. Truth is, there are not any children here. Babies, yes, babies of all ages, but there are no real children. Everyone at the Department of Health and Human Services knows my favorite color. It is wristband yellow. Fuck you, pussy. Don't push me. I'm a prophet. Sure, I can turn out all the lights in Times Square just by thinking about it, but the only tan I'm ever gonna get is from all that neon. The feel of your own body's warmth in a piece of clothing you wear. The feel of water you swallowed falling inside between your heart and stomach. The warmth gathered around edges of where your lip was on the cup. It only means what it feels like. It only means what it feels like. However many times you and the world become parts of each other, you are just looking for beauty in all the wrong places. Just so you know, I'm not out here with nothing. Wherever you are on your way to tonight, be advised while you practice your public transport vigilance, what just happened was not by its very nature rational or set on logic. So there's no way to know this by thinking about it in those terms. Those terms only happen once, and that was a second ago. Say goodbye to what could have been. It is supposed to be a gift, not a petty nuisance. Wholly of what after instead listening yesterday ascends. Wholly of what after instead listening yesterday ascends. Holy, 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 holy of what after instead listening yesterday ascends. They call me a man with no clear intentions, even to myself.
Like, come on. It's just a transporter to another world. That's what he does. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skill.
Wow, Paul, you went all the way there again and you took us with you. Thank you. Thank you.
Paul, Paul, you have pushed the edge of the world to a different place tonight. I'm telling you, that was wonderful.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, but in the best of ways. Like that's just gonna be a mantra that I think I'm gonna hear for a while. I just think I'm gonna hear that for a while. Don't push me, pussy. I'm a prophet. I'm a problem. I'm a prophet. Um, he said I'm on first name basis with every crack from here to 200s, right? Um, he mentioned the brother Amadou Diallo. Amadou Diallo, may he rest in peace. You said AWPOP. Gosh, I'm African while pulling out a phone. Shit, man. Shit, man. Public assistance was a better way of life. Yeah. Fuck you, pussy. Don't push me. Ugh. He said, I used to be called a bum, but now he's a member of the unhoused, standing in line just to get the American dream. You want to know why I smell like this? It's it's the oppressor's perfume called Concrete Pillow. Gosh. Gosh. That's just um it probably runs through the back of a kitchen. I really love that. You should probably be the dictator of the city. I wouldn't doubt it. The chronic unemployment is just uh the world has ears. Believe it. I can testament to that. The world has ears. Believe it. And so do all these things. They have ears. Um, that's just God kissing me on the genius bone. And I think a lot of us are guilty of this line. You're just looking for beauty in all the wrong spaces. You know, how you just take us on those journeys, Jedi Master. It's again, this is why I said that, right? And listen, I appreciate you for saying that, right? And let me reiterate that, folks. This is not a competitive space, right? We are not trying to judge who is better or worse in this space. But we all continue to learn from what Paul Skip does and how he does it. Thank you, sir. Gosh, it's just heavyweight. So yeah, we wanted more in that vein. Yeah. And I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring and say, yeah, give me more. give me more. Yeah, I dig when you do that, sir. Good shit. All right. We have reached the end of the guaranteed list. Let's get to this good luck round. We have three incredible artists came to get down. First up, again, this cat is in the whip and he's ready to whip it up. I'm telling you, in the past few weeks, this cat has been bringing all the fire. And I'm pretty sure tonight's no different. The one and only Wall Poets in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
Awesome. Yeah, as always, great to be here. Paul, I'm honored to follow you, man. That was fucking amazing. So let's see what I can do. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. This first one is called Ode to Timberland Boots. Reminds me very much of New York. From age 14 to 18, if there was one possession that I would have taken with me to live on a deserted island for the rest of my life, it would have to have been my Timberland boots. Would it have been the possession that made the most sense? Of course not. But you cannot deny the aesthetics, deep ties to hip hop culture, or the overwhelming sense of power of a Timberland boot. Timberland boots. Some people call you Timbos, others call you Butters. I simply called you Tims. Timberland boots. You are always fresh to death, and when I paired you with Tommy Hilfiger and polo shirts, you made myself worth skyrocket like the stock market right before a crash. And in my neighborhood, everybody loved you. You weren't just a New York trend, you were worldwide. Timberland boots. In my mind, you made kids forget that I had in my mind, you made kids forget that I had satellite dishes attached to my head or a permanent shadow underneath my right eye. Timberland boots. After years of being wrapped in awkwardness, Timberland boots made me feel slightly less awkward. Timberland boots, I had you in every shade, from cinnamon to black to mahogany brown and even white. Yes, I said white, well, off-color white, and stood out enough that I had kids in class say, I didn't know Timberland made cowboy boots, but I didn't care because you were 50% off. Timberland boots, why were you so damn expensive? My parents weren't always able to afford you, so I bought the rest of you myself. But you know what? You were worth it. Timberland boots, you motivated me to get my first and last office job, which I hated, but it didn't matter because I needed you to help me fly at warp speed like Hermes running laps around Mount Olympus. Timberland boots, were you made in Vietnam or China? Do the hands that make you develop calluses from gripping a sewing machine like vice grips? Can your tongue taste the blood from their fingertips? Does their sweat permeate into your soul? Timberland boots, a time capsule in boot form, reminding me of my youth, the good and the bad, and a memory of a time where the biggest worry I really had was scuffing my Timberland boots. And I got one more for y'all. This is a shorter one. All right. It's called Old Habits Die Hard. Some things we can't let go of, like an ex we can barely stand, but we'll still put up with each other's toxic traits just enough to get laid. I compare this feeling to writing. No matter the abundance of responsibility I now have, I long to write a poem, a story, an explanation to myself as to why I don't write as much, as to why I'm afraid to open up like I used to. I used to think this was fun. Now it's a necessity like masturbation and a cold beer. And it's less about proving myself and more about being who I am, a slacker, a dreamer, a pessimist, a poet who wants to be a writer. Thank you very much.
That's killer at the end, man. Love it. Mute yourself. Give it up for Wall
Hey,
Poet.
Walker.
Glad you managed to get on.
Right on, Walker.
Thank you.
That tribute to Timberland boots, I want to hear that done as an encore. That was really marvelous.
Oh, thank
Your
you.
second piece was so loaded with great lines. A necessity like masturbation and a cold beer. Yeah, it's perfect.
The second one I wrote like 10 years ago when I wasn't writing as much, but I like performing it sometimes, so it's nice.
Hey, it works.
Yeah, thank you.
Works. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm on the fence with poems don't get old. You know what I mean? The writer evolves. You know what I mean? We find different perspectives on things. But that was work, man. Let me tell you, the damn Tims, boy, like Tims is some shit starters. Like if anyone has ever owned some Tims, they some shit starters. Like you scuff them things, man, it's a problem. You got the wrong ones on, it's a problem. But Tims, Tommies, and Polos, oh, you got some work right there. For real. For real. You can't deny the aesthetic, right? I was questioning that same thing. Why are you so expensive? And how you asked the sewing machine, can you taste the blood from their fingertips? Gosh, that's just work. That's just work. Shout out to all the seamstresses, all the tailors in the world. That is heavyweight work. Appreciate that, man. For real. For real. Timberland, shout out that cat. For real, man. We need to get that cat a sponsorship. That was for real. That was dope, man. Appreciate you for hanging out, man. For real. All right. Two more poets left. Coming up next, all the way on the West Coast. This brother right here, man. This brother right here has really been rocking with us for some years, man. From sitting on the steps of the apartment complex all the way into today, man. This dude, one of my favorite cats, man, for real. The one and only Abraham Kamani in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
Going on, people? I just put in a chat where you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. So I'm gonna share two pieces with you guys. fresh ink. This first one is called Free Speech. When the pen broke his silence, he let ink pour from his tip, releasing words with power to rip off censorship tape at the sound of a soft click. Without fear of receiving a tidal wave of backlash from tongues of prosecutors pressing charges on free speech for having a point of view through a lens not of their own. As if unveiling the lies told by the powers that be is considered a hate crime. Even if he is guilty of writing down the whole truth with special circumstances, author would rather be banned for life from all public schools with no possibility of having his debt canceled than to have handed over his voice to false narrators. And this second piece is an autobiographical, spiritual piece that reflects my spiritual views and mine only. This one is called A New Covenant. I gave myself hand jobs, visited strip clubs, glued eyes on desktops, viewed sex scenes on porn hubs. I steadily engaged in copulation. Yes, prostitution was my occupation. I sold my precious soul, but received no cut. Satan took it all after busting my nut. A serial cheater, disloyal to God, I was bound for hell, eternally to rot. But all praise be to Christ, because he endorsed a new covenant. We will not be divorced. Because Jesus is both vine dresser and vine. I'm a branch pruned with his word all the time, removing diseases, plaguing my weak flesh, sparing my spirit of the worst second death. I have renewed my vows to abide in him, and he lives in me to overcome all sins. Without the vine dresser maintaining my branch, I surely will not stand a ghost of a chance of surviving his wrath when I expire if I held on to these carnal desires. In peace.
Yeah, man. I see you. I see you. Even when you change gears, you still putting in work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Abraham. Come on in.
It's great to see you back here again, Abraham. Thanks for delivering those poems for us tonight.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing yours. I like your piece, man. That liner, that first line was an eye-opener.
The level of fearlessness that you show, Abraham, I love that about you. I love that about your work, man. And it doesn't matter who understands the spiritual walk that you're on. It's yours. You know what I mean? That covenant is one that you made, right? I love in your free speech piece, he talked about, he said, rip off the censorship tape with a soft click. Something about a pen, right? It's just like unsheathing a sword. It's just that sound, right? Something about it. It just puts you into a different mind state. People pressing charges on free speech, come on. I would much rather lose my voice than to have it handed over to a false narrator. Look, man, you've been putting in work for a long time, and I could tell that you're putting in work still, right? Reinventing yourself again. Keep putting in that work, man, for real. Keep bringing all that energy right here, man. We are here to listen. We are here for it. We truly appreciate you, man, for real. Love that dude, for real. He's one of the dopest. All right. We have reached the closer of the evening. This cat right here, man. One of the coolest cats that I've met, man, in a while. Let's see. Coming up next. Oh yeah, brother. Wading in the tall cotton. Woo! This incredible artist is about to put you in the squared circle. You better believe it. Can I get a hell yeah? The one and only Dre Reyes 316 is in the building. Mr. Snapping to a Slam Jam himself. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Come on. Take it away.
All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, New Yo. Great to be here tonight. Where to find me? Good question. Find me on Instagram at StrayRay90 or at the One Slam Jam, and also on Zoom at a new address. Starting this weekend, this Saturday, we're gonna be having a new Zoom room for the Slam Jam. We have a new platform called Bloodline Poetry, where we are family. Shit, I didn't even intend that to rhyme, but that's just the cool thing about it all. So the Zoom address is 420-555-1990. And at the Slam Jam, we'll be having Mr. Timothy Whispers as our special guest coach. There'll be a slam workshop and an open mic. So any of y'all want to come in and just have a little bit of ruckus on an open mic, Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be having the Slam Jam at 420-555-1990, the Zoom room. Thank you for letting me spiel that. Now let's get on to the poetry. There was some 90s shit that was said, and it kind of tickled my fancy a bit. And you promoted me with all this, oh yeah, brother. Well, shit, I'm gonna throw this piece out. For anyone who ever asked, what if Macho Man Randy Savage was a Pokemon trainer? This is Macho Madness. People out there are calling me hardcore. Yeah, people out there calling me cold and killist. Look, people thinking I'm living on the edge, and I'm all insane in the membrane, and I'm a time bomb. I could go ballistic at any second, and all those things could be true, but doesn't ignore the fact that I'm here in Viridian City. One reason and one reason only. Yeah. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Yeah. Catch 'em all is my real test, and my training is my cause. Yeah. Excuse me for a moment. History beckons the Macho Man Randy Savage in the Pokemon universe. I'm walking a fine line between life and immortality, or perhaps sanity and insanity. Yeah. Perhaps the macho madness has consumed me whole, but soon enough, the Kanto region will feel my polywrath. Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing in the ring with my Needle King. Gonna bite you with my Raichu. Yeah, gonna make you croak with my Macho. Gonna eradicate you with my Eradicate, and you'll fear the might of my Dragon Knight. Yeah, you have more of a chance of crawling through the eye of a sewing needle than you and your Pokemon do at being able to handle the Machoke madness. Yeah, my Pokemon will be all over the place, and yours will be helpless to look to the left, to look to the right, to spin around 360 degrees. Yeah, but all they gotta do is look up because my Pokemon are on top, then, now, and forever. Yeah, and this message goes out to every gym leader in the land. You've been put on notice because, comparatively speaking, your Pokemon are nothing but grains of sand of the Sahara Desert. My Pokemon team is the entire desert. Yeah, many grains of sand have fallen by the hands of my mega powers. Yeah, and my Pokemon are lords and masters of the universe, and there is nothing that is going to keep us down for long because, yeah, we are the cream of the crop, and we'll rise to the top in any battle. Truth unrivaled. No promises, just guarantees. Oh, yeah. Poem. and I have one more for y'all. It's sock it to me time, America. All right, America, it's sock it to me time. Sock it to me, 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 America. Where do you truly stand? What is your moral compass? Are you really going to allow Wish.com Hitler, that diabolical floater in Satan's shedder, another chance at the seat of the throne in his kingdom of lies and fake news? Meanwhile, Fox News spews hues of fascism, and all of a sudden, it seems trendy to be a fascist. It's hip to be a racist. It's hip to be a rapist. Just change the letter. It's acceptable to have been convicted 34 times and still deemed viable for the presidency. Come on, America, sock it to me, 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 America. Do you get all that belittling minorities? Is it a guilty pleasure you cannot get rid of? Is it a kink that you just can't quit? I kink shame you, America. Me and the millions who have had to experience life being considered less than white. It must be wild to have the complexion for the protection and for the collection. Fuck you for calling my homeland a floating island of garbage. Fuck you for cheering and laughing. Fuck you for thinking that throwing paper towels into a crowd of desperate people would solve any issue. Fuck you for making help difficult to access after Hurricane Maria devastated a powerless island. Fuck you for everything you stand for. Fuck you for constantly misleading so many people. Fuck you for ending so many friendships. Fuck you for giving more rights to guns than women. Fuck you for the fraying of mental health of an entire nation. Fuck you for grabbing America by the pussy. Fuck you for mistaking Donald Trump for God. And fuck anyone who tries to tell you why privilege doesn't exist. Sock it to me. Sock it to me, 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 America. Will you enable this cancer to grow? Or are we going to perform chemotherapy at the polls? Oh shit, look at the time. Poem. Thank you.
I mean, this is what this cat does. Can I get a hell yeah? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dre Ray.
Hell yeah, Dre Ray.
Randy Savage one was on point.
Yeah,
that was on point.
Take it, yeah.
Yeah, the fuck you list was so choice. I just wanted to hear that go on and on and on.
Did I miss that in addition to a great poet and storyteller, Dre is also like an actor or voice actor? Like did I miss something in the past months, years? You know, Dre, you're amazing.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Hey, you gotta do one where you imitate the Undertaker. That would be a good one.
Yeah, he's a creature of the stage. It was just a different kind of stage that he developed those chops. Now he's building them up here.
From the squared circle to the rectangular square on Zoom.
I mean, it just happens. You know what I mean? From one squared circle to another, you know, you still putting in that work, right? Dre Reyes 316 says he's gonna come through and rip it every single time. How you were able to encompass his voice like that, man, damn it. Man, damn it. From the mannerism, the whole joke, man, that was on point. That was on point, sir. Really, really. Just a grain of sand in the Sahara Desert. Oh yeah. Like just how you do that shit. It's just amazing, man. For real. And then threw it in a Pokemon world, man. For real. That's just work, man. Really, I love how much fun that you have with what you do. And listen, I've heard some serious work, but I still love the work that you do, man. Make sure you continue to come through. Make sure y'all fall through all the things that Dre Reyes hosts. He's got a new room. Make sure you plug into it. Make sure you fall through. We have reached the end of the night. Listen, all of you are absolutely amazing. We will jump into the cipher just so I can let y'all know a couple of little wrinkles that will change. I wanted to shout out John Michael was in the building. Garland Thompson, our member of the Enterprise, is in the building. Shout out CP Mays. Shout out to Queen Sheila, also in the building. Appreciate all of you for coming through this evening. To every artist who touched the microphone this evening, from our opener, Michael Sindler, to our closer, Dre Reyes, and the incredible collab in between. Thank you so very much for all of you. Make sure you are plugging in to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe and all the incredible things we have going on. Happy New Year 2025. Stay tuned for the cipher. We're going to end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, peace and blessings.